What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Sunday to you. Off to another week. I know. Every day is a grind, one day at a time, but I appreciate all of you guys joining tonight for today's stream. What's good? Who do we got in the chat right now? We have General Davis. I see you. We got D Money in the chat. We got Fish. We got Ballin. We got I'm Solo KJ. What's good, dude? We also got Tyler Neely in the chat. D World as well is here. Who else we got? We got Storm VR. I see you, dude. Best Eddie Gamer. Hey, bro, Best Eddie, you didn't fall asleep this time? Welcome to the stream, dude. I know it's late where you are, but thank you for popping through, dude. So today we are going to be doing a setup help live stream, which is just it's like a more live interactive component of me helping you guys with your setups compared to just helping you out in the Discord server. So we have a whole Discord server, if you guys weren't in the loop about that already, but we have a channel within that Discord server called Setup Help. And this live stream is essentially a version of that Setup Help channel, but you guys can just ask me your questions here right in the stream, and I'm gonna help you guys out by answering those questions for you guys. So there is actually a link in the comment section or in the chat where it is pinned by me. You can click on that link and you can put in what your question is. And if you want, you can put in your channel name. If you want for a little bit of a shout out, you know, I'll hook you up there, but I'll be fielding questions in that form as well as in the chat as well. And we got the chat highlighter feature working again. Like I was trying to make that thing work for the longest time because my Twidget thing stopped working. So luckily I have this thing working again. So this is what you can kind of see. So Tyler Neely just said, hey, yo, I just have his text pop up on the screen now. Like, is that lit now? I had to use my backup version of the chat highlighter feature that I have to get that to work. But hey, if you guys have questions, I'm gonna pop them up on screen just like this, and we're gonna answer them live. So I'm here to help you guys field those questions. And if you are ready to help or get help with your questions, hit the stream with the big thumbs up. Helps me out a ton, helps the channel grow and the stream get out to more people, because we got to work with the YouTube algorithm and, you know, let people know that we're live. So do all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for the 10 of you that have liked up the stream already. I appreciate it. And let's dive in. So what do we got, boys? What do we got? I'll be taking a look at the forum here off and on to see what kind of questions you guys have. And as a part of the stream, I'm gonna try to show you guys what I'm talking about a little bit more live instead of just me explaining it. So where I can, I'll explain things in OBS or explain things physically with the capture card that you guys might wanna have some help with. You know, I'll try to work all that. Whatever I have at least on me from a software and hardware perspective, I'll try to help answer any of those questions a little bit more live and interactive that way. So hopefully that works for you guys. Yo, I see you, Isaiah. Welcome to the chat. Poop. No, Isaiah, no. We can do this question though. What stream app do you use? I use OBS Studio. That's what I'm using right now. That's what I've been using for like the longest freaking time. It's just my preference. I know there's other options out there, such as Streamlabs. You have OBS Live. You have like XSplit. You can use the Elgato software app, which is extremely outdated. I'd be really shocked if any of you guys are still using that, and I don't know why you would be using that. There's like the H260X capture card doesn't even work with that app. So I don't see how people would be using the Elgato software app for streaming, but OBS is awesome. It's very customizable. You do have to learn a little bit more when using this app, but I think it's really good because you have full control over what is going to be within your software. For example, things just like this, a browser source. I can add your text right into OBS just through a browser source link, just like that. I can also have see these icons going over here on the side? Yeah, I can also have those going. I have a little flavor of stream elements in my OBS Studio, as well as Streamlabs links. So the Streamlabs links, those are for the alerts, like the pop-up alerts that come up on screen, as well as the text that you might see sometimes here when you guys chat. The text should come up there on the screen whenever you guys send messages, but that's also a little bit of a flavor of Streamlabs. Of course, it won't show now, because why would it show now? Because I just mentioned it. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with it. It's like Streamlabs desktop is also really pretty good, but I found that it uses a little bit more CPU, and I think it's I like the fact that I have just full control over what I can do in OBS. Now, if I wanted an easier setup, then yeah, I'd go for a Streamlabs desktop. It's like everything's there for you. No plugins you have to worry about. None of that stuff. Even the countdown timer that you guys see in the beginning of my streams, that is something that you can't add in the Streamlabs desktop. You don't have that sort of customization. And I don't have to worry about paying for any Prime subscriptions either, which is nice. All the work's on me, but I make it how I like. Yo, what's good, Cyan? I see you in the chat, dude. Thank you for popping through to the stream. Oh man, this chat highlighter looks clean. And then there's the text I was just talking about. Sometimes it takes a minute to come through. You gotta let these pieces of tech register what's happening, through the stream platform to get things to work. But once that kind of, you gotta give things time. Gotta give things time. Nothing's immediate in this world. Not yet. Not in the stream world. Like, just depends on what it is. Things can be immediate, but usually it takes time. So. But thank you for popping through, Cyan. You said you missed your last stream because I went to sleep early. Hey, man, dude, sleep is important. Sleep makes you live long and healthy. So get your sleep. Always get your sleep. I know I stream late into the wee hours sometime, but I wanted to do a little bit of an earlier stream today by 3 hours earlier, just because it's Sunday, and Sunday, people like to chill out. They like to sleep. So hopefully if you're hanging out in the stream here, we can chill out a little bit before you head to sleep. So yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Z-Man? I see you in the chat. Thank you for popping through. Appreciate it. I also see Robert down there. What's good? Welcome to the stream. What do you mean by anything for console streamers? What do you mean by that one? what, like streaming app? There are stream apps for console streamers, like explicitly console streamers, but you're still gonna need a computer or a phone to access them. So that could be Lightstream. Lightstream supposedly works on PS5. It's on my docket to test all that out, to see how Lightstream works fully. And then you also have Streamlabs console, which you can use. Those are the two biggies for streaming apps to get like alerts and all that stuff without having to have a full-on capture card setup, because I know that's expensive and not everybody has that, but they have a computer. And with Streamlabs console or Lightstream, you can use any phone, any computer. It can be a crappy computer, it can be a bad phone even, and you can still get your stuff to work, which is cool. Let me look at the forum, see if any of you guys put stuff in there, as I am keeping a tabs on that. Looks like we got a few questions in here. Let's see what we got. Anything I can show, again, I will show to you guys. Like, I have my OBS pulled up here in front of me, so I'll show you guys some things in there. All right, so let's see. One question that we have. Let's do individual. My question: the countdown timer without the zeros. Is there a way I could have only the minute timer up? So are you talking about like the format of? I think this might be you, D-Money, that asked this question, because you were talking about it earlier to me. But okay, so the countdown timer without zeros. So my countdown timer, I mean, it has zeros in it, but I will show you what my countdown timer settings look like, so you can kind of get a feel for just see if your settings are the same, and you can just copy mine, because I think I kind of get what you're saying. If there's too many zeros on the end, like you don't want it to say like 05 and then the seconds. You just want it to say like 5 and then the time on the side. So let me show you what I got going on here. I know, sorry for the inception. I know they can kind of drive you a little crazy a little bit, but okay, we're gonna go to my scripts here. All right. And this is what mine looks like right here. So I'm not using any type of special additional setting. This is just the individual script that we're looking in. And within here, I have the amount of seconds that I have set. And then text source is just the text source that my countdown timer is associated with. And then I have the final text for what that's associated with. Now, I don't think anything in particular is in the script itself. And then I'd have to probably open this up in Notepad++, or Notepad would be messy. Notepad would be messy. So you might have a different script that you might have downloaded. And I don't. All right, yeah. There's a string format here. You might be able to play with this. I haven't messed with this stuff in here, but this is the format that it's coming in as. So I personally wouldn't be messing with stuff in here. If your timer is looking kind of funky, you may need to try a different timer before you start messing with the script itself. But this is how mine looks. You might just have a different script. So I would look up this specific script. I will see if I can find it on. I thought it was the one that I linked in the one video that I did. Yeah, it should be just the OBS LUA timer. Here, let me show up my other screen here. It just should be this thing right here. The advanced timer. And then here's the format. But this is 00, so it's showing the hours. So that's a default timing for it, but there are other output options, so you should be able to modify this without having the hours. So if you want, if you open that script back up, you may be able to get rid of this part so that it only counts the minutes and the seconds, because this is all you're gonna want here. And obviously it takes other formats that you could probably edit here. This script might be like the updated version of what I have currently, because I haven't updated this thing. I haven't updated this thing in a minute. But I would give that a shot, honestly. Yeah, mine might be older, man, to be honest. I might have an older version of this script. But you gotta take a look at the format that this thing is coming in. So I would say the month and the seconds that you see in that script. And I'm gonna take another peek at this. Yeah, mine's made by Jim. This looks like it's made by a different user. Let me look up like made by Jim. Because then if you don't want to have to be going in there messing with the scripts, like that is probably the way to do it. There's another one here that I found. Countdown time and switch scene. Yeah, I would say I would stick with that one that I showed you because it's updated. Like they're actually sort of working on this. It hasn't been updated since 2018. That's not but so updated. I mean, I don't know if I'd recommend trying this one. So you could try this one as well. I think it's worth a shot. I may have a different one altogether, but these are the only two that I'm finding, and this one's also from 2018. And it should be, it's still an OBS countdown. Let me look up OBS countdown adaptive time. Yo, what's up, Backwar? Yeah, I can throw the link to you. That's not a problem, dude. Let me see what I have here. This one's still not by the one I have says made by Jim. That's it. That's what it specifically says. Yeah, it's just seconds, minutes, hours, but like I think you want something that you can just set by the seconds. Display seconds as 0059, or if you want it to cut minutes, display seconds as 59. I think this one might be worth a shot, dude. I don't see why not. Here, I'll send you the link to this one, dude. And I think you can give this one a shot. Other than that, you may have to modify this script, which I know that might not be too fun to do that. But you just have to follow the minutes and seconds format if you want to update the script to just have exactly what you want. I think I see you here in my Discord. All right, I'm going to ping it to you directly. Yeah, try this one, dude. See how that goes. Let me know. I might be able to help you out with like modifying the script a little bit, but hopefully we don't have to go through all that. Because I know that won't be too fun. I totally get it. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Sounds good, D-Money. Thank you for your question, bro. I appreciate it, dude. Let's see. Let's go to a question in the chat next here. What do we got? Elio says, oh, this one's like cut off on my screen here, though, a little bit. But he says, I've been using Streamlabs console, been working for me. I learned how to use it from watching your video on it. Highly recommend that to any console streamers. Yep, I was just bringing up Streamlabs console or even Lightstream. I'm working on a Lightstream video coming up here in the future. So definitely stay tuned for that one. But it's, yeah, those are the two platforms you'll want to use if you're on Xbox and if you're on PS5. Lightstream is the only option, but I haven't tested that fully yet. So I'll let you guys know how that one works once I've given it a good test. Yo, what's good, Eduardo? Thank you for popping through. You want to buy a USB mic for streaming from my PS5? What beginner mic should I get? I would personally recommend the Yeti mic is pretty good, but it's a little expensive. I don't know what your budget is. What is your budget, Elia? I think that's an important question to ask here because that'll determine kind of what mics you should get. But I do have a whole Amazon page that you can check out for mics that I recommend that you guys can check out. You guys, of course, don't have to buy the mics off of this page, but they are mics that I think that you guys could definitely, run with. Let me pull this over a little bit for y'all. But yeah, any of these I think are really good. You have the Fifine mic here, which is pretty affordable. Not a bad mic, pretty decent sound quality. I'd say if you want to do a little bit better, you can go for the Blue Snowball here. This is a really nice sounding mic you can try out, and I don't think you'll regret it. It's been this price for so long. Like I got into YouTube quite some time ago. The Yeti mic came up a little bit. This thing used to be $100. The Blue Snowball, that, from what I remember, used to be $50. So all these mics have come up in price, but yeah, they're still good mics. But you guys know what's going on with the economy and everything nowadays. Pretty crazy. So another good option you guys can check out is the Samsung mic here. This one I also recommend. By the way, the link to this page is just in the description below. It's just my Amazon page, but it's just all the mics that I recommend. The Anchor mic here, I actually got to test this one out a little bit. It does sound pretty decent. I own it myself. It's somewhere in my drawers here of many items of tech. But yeah, this mic is also really solid. I think you could use it. It does get a little bit raspy, like if you get kind of like loud. And I found that it's just a little bit on the sensitive side if you get too noisy with your voice. That can be kind of a deterrent, at least for me, for something like this. But it's not bad. It's still it still sounds nice. So I don't not recommend it. So that's why it's on my list. It's on the cheaper side if you guys need something. But I would personally, I'd recommend the microphone being the one item that you invest a good amount of money in, because that's going to be the thing that people hear. Just like you hear this stream right now. If just think about it. If the audio quality wasn't that great, if it was tinny and just it hurt your ears to listen to, would you stick around to keep listening to the stream? Even if you had it on in the background, would you continue listening? If you did have it on in the background, you probably mute it. Let's be real. You'd mute it if it didn't sound really nice or didn't have at least decent quality audio. So I recommend to anybody here, especially if you're starting out new, invest in a good microphone. A microphone was one of the first expensive items that I had towards my YouTube setup, because before I was using my phone for everything. Obviously that won't work for a console setup. You need to have a mic plugged into your PS5. Xbox, you can't even use a USB mic. That's a mess. I don't know what they were thinking over there, but yeah, with at least the PS5, you can plug in a nice Yeti mic, even a nice Elgato Wave 3, which is my top recommendation. Wave 1 is even more recommended because it's a little cheaper and it basically has all the same features of the Wave 1 or of the Wave 3, but you don't get all the software features if you're using it on PlayStation 5 versus your computer. So, I mean, it can kind of future-proof yourself there a little bit if you want to, you know, take advantage of all these great mixing features that come with the Wave 3, which is this precisely. This thing right here. There's very few mics that you're going to be able to pair with software. Like, obviously, like I said, it doesn't work on PlayStation 5 because the mic is connected to the PS5. It's going to be associated with that directly. But if you have your mic connected to the computer, you can use software like the Wavelink to control a multitude of different audio streams on your computer for your live streams. And I have like my Wave 3 mic. That's what you hear right now. If I muted this, you aren't going to hear it. Yeah, you should, at least you should not hear me. See, you don't hear me. I muted myself. But yeah, a lot of control here. Then I have, this is for my gameplay. And then I have music for that you guys hear. That's Spotify stuff. And this is browser for the Google Chrome. Just keep that muted for now. And then system on aux. I mean, the system, I guess it works. I don't know. I haven't seen it really work that well. And aux, you can just assign to different apps that are just using, that are using, taking audio up. So you can just assign it aux 1. There's an aux 2 in here. There should be, or maybe not. There's no aux 2 for some reason. Weird. Okay. But yeah, wait, what if I had another one here? Yeah, there's aux 2. Aux 2 is here. Already have aux 2 assigned to this. So all good, no problem. But yeah, that's just an example of something you can use there. But yeah, invest in a good quality microphone, to put it bluntly. I would say up to $100, you'll be good. You don't need to spend a bunch of money. Like there are other mics that do have that software, like the Beacon mic that I have also in that list. It comes with some software, but it's like $280. So maybe you don't want to do that one. But Wave 3 is my top choice. Wave 3 is my top choice. The Wavelink is just a software. Yeah, it's just a software. What you're going to want is the Wave 1. And sometimes the Wave 1 is out of stock a lot of the times because it's just so freaking popular. Everybody wants their freaking hands on it. So let's see if the Wave 1 is in stock right now. I kind of doubt it. At least on Amazon. Let's take a look. Let's take a looky. It looks like it is not here right now. I don't see. I mean, this is it right here, but are they selling it? Are they selling it? I don't see an add to cart button. Okay. Nope. It may be not in stock right now, boys. Yo, what is up with my mouse, dude? I have I think this is what, a titanium mouse or something. I don't know why. I've had 2 of these mics, or mice. I've had 2 of these mice now. And like, for some reason, the scroll wheel is just so goofy on them. Like, see how it tries to go back up? Like, so annoying. Like, I'm scrolling only up right now and it's trying to scroll down. I'm not scrolling down. This is my second mouse from This is my second mouse from this titanium brand. It's messing up on me. I don't even know why. I guess it's crappy. Let's try. Let's just try Elgato website. See if it's on sale right now. It should be around $100. So you should be able to get it there. So let's go to mics. Let's go to the Wave 3. Not the Wave 3. That's just Wave 1. Boy, do they not have it in stock? They must not have it in stock. That's unfortunate. Wow, that's weird. Did they just say, let's forget about it? Or what? Okay, well, I guess you're gonna have to wait for that one to come back in stock. In the meantime, Snowball's a good option. Yeti's a good option. That's just that's kind of unfortunate, especially if you can't afford the Wave 3, which is what I have here. Dang, brothers, dang. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Thoughts on going with Mac Mini to stream PS4? You should be fine. I don't see why that would be a problem. I mean, with whatever capture card. Which Mac Mini though? There's a lot of Mac Minis. I say any M1 or M2 Mac Mini, you're fine. You'll be fine. Perfectly fine. Does Streamlabs console work? I gotta fix this thing. It's cutting off. Does Streamlabs console work with PS5? No, it only works with Xbox, unfortunately. What's up, Green Juice? I see you. I see you, Green Juice. You sly Green Juice. Let's take another question out of the forum here. And I'm gonna try to fix that chat highlight thing too. Make that look more normal. We're not doing gaming setups right now, unfortunately. So we will have to look at channels and gaming setups the next stream, because the next stream is going to be a reviewing channel stream. So we'll do all that in the next stream. But this is going to be for tech stuff, tech questions that you guys might have for me to help give you a little bit of guidance on. Okay, this question comes from. Ooh, this one comes from DWorldX. I will try to field this question. What's a great CPU and GPU to add to a basic build, and any key acknowledgements should be known for first-time PC owners? Well, like again, it's gonna have to come down to your budget. So I'd say a good budget for a PC build. I don't know if you're gonna do a custom build or a pre-build. But whatever build you go with, if you have a budget between $1,000 and $2,000, I know that might be a little stretch for a lot of you guys. I know that's not a cheap computer, of course, but you're gonna get something very good for that amount of money. So I always recommend, especially if you're gonna be looking to stream. I'm not so like keyed in on like the best specs for gaming, because gaming it can vary a lot. Because you might want to play a game in a certain resolution or certain FPS, and then you also have games that require more resources on the computer. Like, are you playing GTA 5 or are you playing Minecraft? You know, both of those types of games require different levels of specifications depending on what you're trying to play. But at least if you're looking to stick within like the streaming realm, I always recommend going like a Ryzen 5 or an i5 from the Intel world. Ryzen's on the AMD side. And then from the graphics card perspective, both AMD and NVIDIA, they both have really good graphics cards. I don't have like a build myself yet, but if I were to get a build, it would be definitely like I personally I would go for like a 3070 or 3080 on the graphics card department, but that's not really necessary for streaming per se. You can definitely get one of the 20 series, or you could get even the 10 series and you'll be fine. I've thrown in some graphics cards in my Amazon page that you guys can also take a look at if you like. Now graphics cards, again, not necessarily my specialization, but from the research I've done, I know at least some decent ones you can get. Obviously in here I have a lot of the 2070s and the 30s. There's also the 40s that are out now, like the 4080. That's like absolutely insane. But what's good, Tondix? Welcome to the stream, bro. I see you, dude. We got Century in here as well. Willie, not Willie, I see you. These graphic cards are solid. They're a bit expensive though. So that's why I think like a pretty basic one, at least in my opinion, is the GTX. You have the 1650, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, I think the 1650 is pretty solid, like for like a basic build, and it's not like too much money either. So I don't think you'd be going wrong with this. I would just when you're doing your homework on the computers, just make sure you're getting a good compatible motherboard so you can get the most out of your graphics card and your CPU that you have. I think that's just important. I think a lot of people forget about how important each component is and not just the CPU or the graphics card. You got to think about the motherboard. That's like the heart of your computer, man. Like you got to think about that. You got to think about that and then just build on top of that. Whatever site you're using to build your PC, if you're doing a custom build, it should have those motherboards listed out for you. That shouldn't be a problem. But depending on your price range, just get the one that fits your needs the most. And if you're looking for basic build, I don't think you can go wrong with getting anything in the NVIDIA space, and then the GeForce GTX 1650. Or if you have some money to spend, I would go for a 20. Those will serve you well. 2070, 2080. I mean, it's getting up there a little bit. Maybe 2070, you'll be fine. You'd probably be fine with 2070. But these are a little bit older cards. They're several years old at this point, but they still do well. They're still good. So if anybody else has, 4080 is not needed for just streaming. If you want to do that high-end gaming, then yeah, sure. But I would go with, something along these lines. So yeah, hopefully that helps you a little bit. And then the higher level CPU you can get, of course, the better. But all these components need to balance out with one another. You can't have one super powerful piece of equipment like the graphics card, but you have like an i3 or something. You need to have a good balance with your tech. So don't think you can spend a whole bunch of money on one component and then you'll be running smooth and awesome. You're not going to get the most out of your tech if you don't have a good balance between all of the pieces of hardware in your computer. We're gonna go crazy with it whenever I build my own, though. It's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna go, it's something I really, really want to do, and it'll probably be my computer to last me a long, long time. But yeah, I'll have a desktop console computer and then my MacBook Pro. Will be perfect with both of those ecosystems, instead of having to do VMs, virtual machines, and running boot camp and all that stuff to get all these different computer components, different operating systems to work. Because I like using both. I don't, each has their pros and cons. So, yeah, that's just my personal thing. Add a chatbot. We have a chatbot on the stream. We have it. You see Streamlabs bot? Streamlabs is the bot of the stream. Willy not Willy. That's who the bot is. The bot is Streamlabs. We also have Nightbot. Nightbot just sleeps though. He's a sleepy guy. Expensive. Yeah, D-World, things are expensive, unfortunately. I know it's very pricey for these computer parts. I don't know what your budget is, or if you set your budget in the chat or missed it or something. You might not have here. Yeah, I don't know what your budget is, bro. But if you have a 1K to 2K budget, you should get something pretty decent. And I also have a whole, on my Amazon page, I do have a bunch of computers that I recommend. So you can use that as a point of reference. It looks like this. A lot of you guys have seen this already, but I'm just sharing it once again, just so people just know you don't have to get anything off this page. This is just a reference to help you guys out for good computers that you should take a look at, so that you don't, screw yourself over. Because I've screwed myself over plenty of times earlier on. Also, I didn't have the money to get a lot of expensive stuff, but I had $200 to $300 at a time to get a computer, and that obviously that didn't do everything that I needed to do. So I think it's well worth it to save up if you can to get something that fits within what you're trying to do. A lot of these computers are pretty nice. Even as a laptop, it's pretty solid. And it has a dedicated graphics card on this one. This one has the 1660. Yeah. 1650, 1660s, they're fine. They're fine as well. Even if it's a TI, it's still fine for streaming. This one's unavailable right now. But that's the idea. That's the idea. Oh, that wasn't for me. Oh, dude, it's all good, man. It wasn't. It's all good. Wait, who were you saying that to then? Oh, you're probably responding to somebody. Okay, all good, dude. All good. I mean, good chatbot options are Streamlabs. They come with a chatbot, which I can configure into the CloudBot setting. So if we want to take, I don't think any special links are showing here, are they? I will pull that link away. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, CloudBot is a good option. It's part of Streamlabs, and that's what you guys see in the chat here. So that's what I have. Now, I know a question did come up in the chat saying, does Streamlabs Mobile come with a chat bot? That's a good question. I don't recall from when I was testing that it did come with one. I didn't see that it did. I'm seeing if I don't have this. I don't believe so. I'm double checking here, but I don't think you can use a bot in the Streamlabs mobile app. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I don't think so. Like you're gonna have to do it through their website here. Like if you log into Streamlabs and you associate it with your YouTube account or you associate it with your Twitch account, then those bot features will show up. But I've looked at this app pretty extensively, and I never saw anything that looked like this, like all these options. By the way, who's our top mooner right now? Moons, if you guys don't know, are our points currency system on the channel. We have Noah and Sentry and Cyan, Citrix Gaming, Fish and Cortifex, Creighton, Nightbot, who just lurks forever. But yeah, we do have some we have some top mooner loyalty points here, which you guys can use for giveaways that we will be running very, very soon. A lot of you guys have stocked up so many moons. We got to empty these moons out a little bit. So keep tabs on that whenever that comes. But yeah, guys, there is no bot feature as far as I can tell here. So yeah, that's just kind of the way right now. Yeah, you can still add a third-party bot. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from adding bots to your stream. Like I said, you just need to log in on these websites, which you can still access on your mobile phone. Whether that be Nightbot, or you can do Streamlabs, like I just showed you right here in front of me. Do that, and you can still configure your Streamlabs or your Nightbot chatbot for your setup, and it'll work. We will review channels. We have another review channel stream coming up later in the week. I'll keep you guys posted on when that's going to be. I'm looking at Thursday night for that one, just because I'm going to be out of town after Thursday, so I won't really be able to do anything that weekend, but I want to get in a review channel stream before I leave. So keep that in mind. And I also got a picture of everybody who had sent in donos for that stream that I didn't get to. So yeah, there was a list of you guys that I had copied on my phone here that I'll make sure I get to. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, like at least 4 or 5 of you guys that I still need to get to. So I have you docketed for the next review channel stream to take a look at your channel. Yeah, Thursday, baby. We haven't done a Thursday stream in over a year. It's a Thursday stream. We usually just do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's usually our days, but yeah, that is something right there. That is something. Let me move some stuff around here. Can I move this? Oh, let me move this thing back up. Yeah, the dimensions of this source are a little off. Let me see if it cuts off if I put somebody else. I'm still playing with this, so yeah. Let's see here. The sweater is dope, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, see, that one comes in fully. Let me try a longer chat here. Eduardo asked a question. See, this one cuts off completely. What the heck? I gotta figure out how to fix this. I won't do it, I guess, this stream. That'll take some of my time here. But I like to get this fixed. I think there's a certain dimensions I need to use here. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Let's do tooth width. Width is fine. It's the height that's busted up. Let's do like a 2000 height on this thing. Let's see what happens. Probably like totally jacked. Oh, look at that. Look at, oh my. Okay. This is cool. We're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere here. Oh my goodness. I need a little bit more customization with this bad boy. Where should I put this thing now? I'm gonna shrink it down a little bit. Okay, that kind of works. I think does that work for this stream? I think that kind of works. I don't want my face blocked by it though, so we'll put you in the corner there, Eduardo. I think that looks kind of cool. I'll have to save these chats and keep playing with it. But yeah, let's take a look at your comment here. So Eduardo says, so do you really need a PC to stream, or can I get away with an okay laptop and just get a USB hub for extra ports and attachments for capture card? I'll be streaming PS5 game content with PS5 camera. Yeah, so it depends really how good or bad your PC is. And it kind of comes down to the quality that you want to stream in. So like, let's say you want to stream in 1080p 60. If your computer isn't that good, you're going to have a really hard time streaming in 1080p 60. Now, maybe 720p 30. In that case, you don't need a computer with as good as specs. So it's not always necessary that you need a really good computer, but it helps, and it'll take you a little bit further than a computer that isn't so good and is subpar. So that's why I kind of recommend going for a little bit more specs. Like if you have a dedicated graphics card, or if you have like a better CPU, because if you just have a CPU and you're putting everything, let's say, on your i5 processor, it's very, very hard for OBS or Streamlabs Desktop to encode your video in a nice high quality with a high bit rate and doing 1080p 60, for example. You're just putting everything on your CPU instead of having it kind of balance out with the graphics card. But I understand that everybody has a graphics card at their disposal or on their builds or their computers. So if you are going to put everything on your CPU, then you're going to have to lower your bit rate some until the issue stops, or also increase your encoding speed. So I'll show you what that is so you understand what I'm talking about to try to help with your quality. We're going to turn the big monitor off. We're going to go back to our settings here. When it opens, go to output, and then the two sections you're going to pay attention to are streaming and recording. So let's start with streaming, because that's where my settings are kind of configured here anyways. So with this, right now I'm using the encoder for the dedicated graphics card. So these are the settings that you're going to see, at least from me on my side. But let's say if you had the X264 as an option, which is your CPU, then in that case, you're going to have another option here that is not listed for me, but it will be listed for you, for the encoding preset. And that's where you'll need to increase it to, let's say, super fast or ultra fast. And then you'll be able to at least get your footage recorded without it being so choppy. But the problem that's going to come is that it's going to be a little bit blurry. And that's just because your computer isn't that good. So if you want really crispy, nice footage, you want a nice computer. If you're just working with what you have, and it may not be that good, then you're probably going to either have a laggy footage, or you're going to have footage that's blurry, because something's going to have to give. You can't have crispy footage and expect your computer components to be able to process it all effectively. It's just not going to work that way. So that's why you're going to get that lagginess, because your computer just can't encode what you're trying to let it encode in your settings. But if you have a bit rate that's like, let's say 2500 to or 3000, and your encoding speed is like super fast, then you might be able to get a good, decent quality recording in based on your specs. That's like with the i5 or Ryzen 5, you can probably get something like that in, and it'll be fine if you put it all on your X264, your CPU, for the encoder. But it's just difficult. So yeah, to answer your question, it's not always necessary, but it'll help you out a lot if you have a nice quality computer. He says that makes sense. At this point, I'll just start off with a lower quality because I just want to share my skills, gameplay, and I'll be playing FIFA most of the time anyways. Yeah, and that's totally fine. That's a good place to start. You definitely don't need to buy something super expensive right away. I didn't even do that whenever I was first starting YouTube. I started out with like a cheaper $300 computer, and then after that, I was just making videos on it. It was a headache for some time. Wasn't able to do the quality that I wanted to, but you know, once I started kind of getting the ball rolling on YouTube, then I switched over and got a nicer computer that worked for me a lot better, and it was a little bit smoother and seamless. But like, I used the money that I was making from the channel to invest in that new computer. So that's a good way to think about it. Like, just start somewhere. Even if it isn't the best computer in the world, you have something that you can work with. It's doable. You've tested it out. It works to some capacity, even if it's 720p 30 or 720p 60 or 1080p 30. That is a-okay. That is a perfectly fine place to start. You're still recording in HD, which is the important thing, especially for YouTube content creation. Even if it isn't the most crispy, clean quality in the world, that's not going to be the most important thing. What's going to like send your content to higher heights is going to be the like what is actually in your videos, like the actual story, the content itself. That's the most important, not necessarily the quality of the content. That can come later, but just focus on having like a great video that people will watch and enjoy, and the quality is good enough. Just make sure it's good enough, and you can do that by tinkering with your settings there, like I showed you. Lower the bit rate, increase the encoding speed, and then just keep tweaking those two components until you get a nice looking quality footage, either for your streams or for your recordings, because you can use both of those levels of settings for both recordings and streams. I definitely would just stay away from trying to do both at the same time. So whatever you set as your streaming settings, you can probably just set it for your recording settings as well. Like, don't try to finagle with upping your bit rate to like 20,000, 30,000, or 40,000. Your computer might explode, especially if it's not that good. So just stick with, right, see what I have here, encoder, use the stream encoder. That's just what I have for at least my desktop Windows setup here. For my Mac side of things, I have things set up a little bit differently because I want to like test different quality settings for recording, and in streaming I don't really do that much, but like I test certain things for streaming, so I have settings that are a little bit different there. But for your sake, just have it kind of similar to how I have it set up right now. And just focus on like having a good quality, as good quality as you can get at least for your stream settings, and then just keep it the same. Keep your coding settings the same for recording. And in recording format, I'd keep MP4 if you were kind of wondering what format to keep it in. It's just a bit more compatible, like especially with editing softwares, so I'd stick with that. And if your computer can handle what it's testing out recording, it'll handle it streaming, as long as your internet is good. Of course, your internet has to be like, if you're pushing at least a 10 megabit per second upload speed or higher, you'll be fine. Like my upload speed is literally 10 meg, and it's enough. Before it was 5, and Comcast was just giving me, they were giving me like 150 down and 5 up. That is what? It's insane. That's a whole nother story though. They make me mad. They really do sometimes, like, God. But yeah, I'm getting 10 up now and like 250 down. Yeah, 10 up, 250 or 300 down. So that's fine. Like, as long as not too many people are on your internet, you wouldn't have to worry about that. But the big thing is if you're able to record to your computer, it'll handle streaming, because writing to disk it takes more processing power than just pushing to a server. So you'll be okay. You'll be okay in that department. So hopefully that helps, man. and showing my settings. People can copy them if you want. That's literally what the quality you're seeing here. A personal problem I guess I have with my stream is that I'm supposed to be pushing 60, which you guys can see down here. This is something I'm troubleshooting on my own side. Look, see where my mouse is down here? It says I'm pushing 60, but when you guys look in your stream settings, it says, it doesn't say 60. It just says 30. So I'm trying to troubleshoot that and figure out what the heck what's up with that. But yeah, that's just weird. I don't know why that's happening. So I'm working on figuring that thing out. Let me take another question from the forum here. I know you guys have been filling this out a little bit, so I want to, answer you guys here. If you guys haven't already, you guys can check out the forum link in the chat, and I'll help answer some questions that you guys have there. Okay, so this next question comes from Lucky Penny Plays, and they ask, best headset for gaming and streaming on Xbox. Again, this is a loaded question. I wish you guys would put price ranges in these questions, because it depends every single time. It depends. Like you can spend up to like $400 or $500 on a headset if you're asking for the best headset. The best one will cost you a lot of money. But some general recommendations is I do recommend anything from Astro. Like I tested those headsets like hands-on, and they were really nice headsets. I really like the Astro headsets. The A50s in particular is the one I tested, but they have ones for Xbox and they have ones for PlayStation. So I'd absolutely recommend those. A40s are good as well. Those have the mix amp, and you can actually tweak your sound settings to whichever game that you're playing, so that you can hear enemies like really precise. And it's a really just overall good gaming experience. Plus the mic on the headset, it sounds okay. Like most of these headset mics, I can't mess with them. They're not that great, just to be real. I haven't really run across any headsets where the mic actually sounds decent. Like they sound okay, but never like great, to be honest. And then what else? You can also try the Razer Kyra Pro headset, wireless Pro headset. I actually have that in my store as well, and it's under me. Where is it? Here we go. This is the Xbox headset that I own. It's pretty comfortable. Sound quality is good. It's a little bit more basic, but for how expensive it is, you could just save up more and get an Astro if you want it. But this headset's been pretty good to me. I like the way that it feels, and it's a good gaming experience. Nothing crazy, but it's about $93 right now for this headset. But I like it. I like it, and it works on the Xbox and the PC. That one's pretty good. Then you also have the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset, which these should all be on Amazon. Nova Pro, yeah, for Xbox. Yeah, these should be here. I'm gonna switch over to my other screen here. Yeah, here we go. These ones are pretty expensive. Like, again, if you're talking about best headset, these are some of the best headsets out here. This is in straight competition with the Astros. So you could definitely get this one. You can't click it in the, okay. Yeah, I'll put it in the description. That works. I can do that for you guys. But yeah, these ones are pretty good too, and they also have active noise cancellation, which is what those Razer headset that I had there that doesn't have. So if I were to say the best headset, I would go Astro, or the Astro A50s, A40s, or the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro headsets. I'd say those are probably the best, to be honest. And I have these in my store here. So if you guys want to check out any headsets that I recommend, they're also linked in the description below. I have a bunch of headsets here that I think are pretty good. Some are gaming, some are not, depending on what you're looking for. This one also is pretty solid. More so for PC gaming though. So yeah, this would be more of like a wired type of headset. But I mean, it will work for your Xbox or PS5, but it's not wireless or anything. But these do sound really good as well. So yeah, those are my recommendations for you guys for headsets. So definitely go check these out if you're interested. Let me put the form link in the description for you. My bad. That way you can kind of hit this up a little bit easier. And I appreciate 30 likes on the stream. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Oh, I said send questions here, and then there's no link there. That's hilarious. Okay, I just sent it there. Have at it. Have at it. We'll keep looking at questions here. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. Happy to help them out. Let's answer another one here, and then we'll go back to the chat. I see you guys putting stuff in there, so we'll get to there in 1 second here. So we have a question from the NFL Kid. They asked, "What's the cheapest good capture card? If there isn't a cheap good one, can you tell me the best quality one?" Oh, there's definitely cheap good ones for sure. Definitely. This is another one of those cases where I love to have you guys put your budgets in there for because like cheap, that could vary depending on, most people. Maybe cheap, I would assume maybe $0 to $50. But I also have like a capture cards list here, and I'll kind of walk you through my recommendations here, because I actually just did a video not long ago on like a ranking of the best capture cards, and just based off of the ones I had on hand to test. I had like 7 of them to test, but the ones that I found to be like the best and also most affordable, cheapest being this one here. There's a bunch of these capture cards out here, but they're just HDMI USB capture card. So if you go on Amazon, you can just type in HDMI USB capture card. These things run about $10 to $20. I've seen them even cheaper on sites like Alibaba. If you want to wait a minute to get the capture card, you can get it super cheap there. And these are really good. The quality is nice. And like side by side, you really can't tell a major difference between the quality out of this capture card and something like the HD60X. It's you can see it a little bit if it's side by side. But outside of that, it's very, very hard to tell. You know what's crazy right now? I am using that capture card that I just showed you for this webcam. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I am. I paid what, $20 for it, and I'm using it to set up this camera as its own source, its own, feed, webcam feed into this into OBS for this stream. I'm literally using it. Maybe it's like my voice might be slightly, like maybe somebody said like 0.5 seconds behind, like my like whenever you guys see my lips moving, that could be something I can tweak a little bit, but for the most part, the quality wise, it's really, really solid, and I highly recommend it for people who are looking to capture gameplay. The only caveat here is that you're gonna need a 1 in, 2 out HDMI splitter in order to get your gameplay to your monitor or TV, as well as to your computer. Like that's the one thing. I have one from Tech Hole under me somewhere here. I don't know if I should go digging in I literally have a whole sack full of stuff here, man. But the purpose of this is just so I'm able to split the video feed. And I don't need to use that for this camera setup because it's just I'm just feeding it directly to my computer. But for you guys that want to see your gameplay, you're gonna have to use this thing so you can avoid playing off your OBS preview, which is a big no-no. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a delay on streaming off OBS preview. Yeah, I don't know where the heck this thing is. This is so unorganized. Look at this cable issue, this situation here. This is literally a situation. Wait, actually, I think I might know where it is. It's not in this tangled, jumbled mess of cables that I hate pulling out of. I think I know where this thing is. It's behind me. Also, guys, stay to the end of the stream because I'm going to be unboxing a new headset that I just got in the mail, and we're gonna check it out together. So stay to the end for that. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, here it is. I found it. Tech hole. This thing. Block my face out a little bit. Yeah, this thing. 4K Ultra HD HDMI splitter. It does take a USB power in the back here. You're gonna have to power this thing, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, it does the job. It'll work for your needs. Only other thing to talk about with this capture card is the fact that if you're playing in 120 hertz or higher, it's not going to work. This isn't going to do the job. It's only going to allow you to play in 60. So if you care about playing in 60 hertz or not, sorry, if you care about playing in 120 hertz or higher, then you're going to need to get another capture card. That goes for variable refresh rate people too. That capture card is not going to work. So you're going to want to look at something like the Evermedia Live Gamer Extreme 3, the Eviga XR1 Pro, or the Elgato HD60X capture card. These ones are a bit more expensive, but these will allow you to play in 120. And there really isn't much out there outside of like these options here to allow you to play in 120 for cheap. Like during like the Christmas season, there were capture cards that were as low as $100. Like some of these were about $100. Not this one, but the Evermedia got closed. The Kiwami was actually pretty much at $100. But this card also allows you to play in 120. So if you care about that, you're going to have to spend a little bit more. And this XR1 Lite, does this? I forget if this one allows you to play in one. No. Oh no, record in 120 about pass through. I thought this one might allow some sort of pass for 120, but maybe not. It's really good to read the details for those of you guys that are playing your console. So luckily you guys are here for me to explain it to you. But whatever you guys end up buying, you have to keep in mind, what are you playing in? Because I've seen a whole bunch of comments in some of my videos of people saying, hey, I have a black screen, it doesn't work at all. And I'm like, well, are you trying to play in 120 and you have like a 60 hertz pass capture card like the HD60S Plus that only allows for a 60 hertz pass? Like you can't do up to 120. It's not even going to be possible. Let's see, 120. I'm just going to type in that straight up. This is important to read. Well, that is not the 120 we're looking for. This guy put his logs in here. What in the earth? He put his logs from the capture card. I didn't think you could even capture that stuff. I mean, I guess people can. Yeah, why not? Where are the detail? I wouldn't trust getting this thing. Doesn't look like it can pass 120. I think I put it in here as like a cheap HD60S Plus alternative. Yeah, I'm just saying record. Recording is different than passing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah. Yep, you're right, Official Tony. You're right. I was just, trying to double check. So I would just go with the Eviga XR1 Pro. Spend 60 more bucks, guys, and you'll be able to pass VR 1440p at over 120. This is going to be the way to go. So yeah, I recommend any of these capture cards. Again, link description below if you guys are curious about my best recommended capture cards. These are them right here. Just please pay attention if you're trying to pass in 60 hertz or 120. And I know since starting to play my games in 120, I can't go back to playing in 60. I just can't. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. I just can't do it. It's so bad. Like I feel like I'm like a second behind almost. Not that bad. I'm exaggerating a little, but it doesn't feel right. Like I notice immediately when I'm not playing in 120 and I can't go back. I just can't. Like as nice as like 4K 60 is, I just can't. Like it's got to be 2K 120 or 1080p 120, which is what I've been playing because my stupid monitor here does not support 2K 120 through HDMI. So I got screwed over in that department. I was rushing to buy another monitor that supported 120. So that was painful. That was very, very painful. Okay. Awesome. I'll take another question from the chat here. I'll take Doc Dam's question. What does he have to say here? Hey, Midnight, this isn't really a tech question, but anyway, what's the best background music for YouTube videos? Okay, that's not a bad question. No, that is a totally fair question to ask on a stream like this. And I have a couple solutions for you guys. Also, I'd say I have 3 options for you guys that are pretty good. So the first one would be, actually maybe 4. Things are coming back to my mind on this one. First one would be Epidemic Sound. This is what I use all the time for my YouTube videos, guys. Yes, except cookies, sure. It isn't free, of course, but it's really good. I think it's, oh shoot, how much is this? I get it for free because I'm part of a network. I'm part of Broadband TV's network, so they give it to me for free. But if you guys were to pay it outright, it's like $9 for a month for personal use, which is what you guys would do. $108 a year. There's a really good library here. It's so good. I guess I'm gonna have to log in to show you guys what music is in here. I can do that right quick. I like the music that's in here. I think it's lit. It's bumping. You feel me? It's bumping. Let me log into this so I can show you guys what kind of stuff is in here. So yeah, so there's a lot of music. I've saved a bunch of music in here too that are popping, like songs that I think are nice. And a lot of these guys I've actually found on Spotify as well for like the background music for my streams, because if their music is on here, then their music is going to be royalty free for live streams too, off of Spotify if you find their page. So it's pretty cool. I like using this site. Another site that I like to use is it's called Upbeat. Upbeat. I think there should be a link in the description for this one. But this is another site I think is pretty good. It's for creators. They have a lot of music on here. What the heck? Okay, what? I clicked on Epidemic Sound, my bad. Yeah, here we go. This is Upbeat. I also have an account with them. They actually reached out to me to kind of work with them a little bit, but I don't really know kind of where we are with that. We might get my own album in here, like of my select music. So not to hype you guys up, but maybe I might try to get my own collection of music that I recommend in here. But these are good. It's also sorted by like the the type of music that you're looking for and the mood. So these are really good, and they have a nice catalog of musics here that you can definitely check out, that I highly recommend. Another one that you can check out is Artlist, and Creighton TV in the chat here. He kind of turned me on the Artlist a little bit. I haven't used this one much, but I know people think it's pretty good. It's a good competitor to Epidemic Sound. I mean, all these you have to pay for. I think this one is Upbeat is one of the more cheaper ones. You can start free, and you get a certain amount of downloads every single month. But if you want to pay a little bit, it's only about $5.59 a month, and it's like $67 a year. So it's a lot cheaper than Epidemic Sound, and you still get a huge, nice catalog of quality music. So I recommend it. Artlist, I think this is a little bit more, but they also have a really nice catalog. Oh, it's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's on the same boat as Epidemic Sound, but they also have a nice collection of music. I don't have an account with them, but they're also pretty good if you need music from here as well. I know we've been talking a lot about things that cost, that you have to pay for, but I know we don't always want to pay for stuff, right? So you guys can always go to YouTube, and you guys have to know what these people are. No copyright sounds. No copyright sounds. Yeah, these guys are huge. They have so many songs that you can choose from in their library, and they're always posting stuff. I'm subscribed to them, obviously, but they got so much stuff here that you can check out. A lot of different music. I feel like most of it's pretty like EDM-y, and sometimes they do kind of, I guess, give you a gotcha for some of these songs, because you get a copyright infringement for it. It's not supposed to happen like that, but sometimes it happens. So it's a little bit of a risk using the free stuff. Usually you can get those resolved because if they're on this site, you should be okay. But the problem with this is that maybe not all these songs might fit the vibe that you're looking for. for your videos. But there's just so many choices here that you can download from, and you can use any free YouTube download audio site. I like to use Online Video Converter. I'm not going to show you guys it because this video or this stream might get catapulted to oblivion if I show you a download YouTube video site. But I definitely recommend onlinevideoconverter.com, I think it's called. That's what I use to download audio for my videos if I have to do it from YouTube. That doesn't mean just the music here, but it could also apply to just like meme sound effects, anything I need audio wise or video wise off of YouTube. That's the site that I use 9 times out of 10. So yeah, definitely. There's another one that I use. I can't recall it off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't remember. There's another one that I use, but that's at least the main one. The other one that I'd also recommend to you guys is, and it's not on any of these, but it is Harris Heller Stream Beats, and I love plugging him. This guy is an absolute G. Like, the man, he does so many things. Big respect to him in the stream community and just the tech community in general. But yeah, he has his own curated playlist of music that he has created himself, that I'm even playing on stream right now, that are really, really good. He's just made a lot of good music, and all his stuff is copyright free. You're not gonna get a strike or a takedown on YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're playing this. It won't be an issue. He also has a whole website where you can download his music. Was it Stream Beats? Yeah, by Harris Heller. You can go to his website, not this. He's a whole website where you can actually download his music. Is it on this site? It might be on this site here. Is this for listening? There is a download. Like, he does have a section for downloading. I do recall. I've been on the site before. I'm having trouble finding it here, but he also has a SoundCloud. Okay. Yeah, if he's on SoundCloud, you should be able to download it straight from there, maybe. Yeah, he doesn't put the download link there. He hasn't updated. The heck, my stuff just... Yo, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Why are my audio things not working? I don't hear the alerts coming through. What the heck? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, you guys should be able to download his stuff. I'm trying to find the link to his page, but yeah, he has a lot of. If you search, I'm sorry, a little bit harder. I don't want to take up the whole stream for me, like looking for links and stuff. Okay, now I hear the links. Oh, my, it's hidden over there. We're gonna work on my my setup here. We're gonna tweak this stuff up a little bit. I'm gonna move that link, that alert box over to the left now. That's chat box. All right, I'm moving that stream alerts over here so we can see them. Okay, there we go. Boom, done. Chat box, stream alerts, cool. Yeah, so yeah, I know that was like a lot to answer your question, Doc Dam, but there are so many sources that you can use for getting copyright-free music, man. For background music, even if it is background music, don't use copyrighted stuff. You can still get dinged for it. Please don't use it. Please, please, just continue to use copyright-free stuff in your full long-form videos. Shorts, obviously, is a different thing. Actually, there's one more. There's one more I can tell you guys about. It's YouTube stream catalog, or YouTube's catalog of music. Oh goodness, there's so many here. There's my brain is like racing here. Yeah, their audio library, I think it's for content creators. There's some copyrighted stuff in here. There's some non-copyrighted stuff, but they have a whole audio library. This looks like at least their YouTube page. I honestly, guys, haven't fumbled with this too much, but yeah, this is their audio library. They have a whole bunch of music in here. I know there's some copyrighted stuff that you're allowed to use that is a part of YouTube's audio music library. So you get a share of the money, and and the song creator also gets a share of the money, but it's only particular songs. So you're gonna have to double check what those songs are. But YouTube has their whole catalog of music here. This is crazy. Wow. I need to probably listen to some of this a little more. I just kind of forgot about it a little bit. So yeah, that was pretty long-winded, not necessarily super technical, but I hope that helps you, DocDam, for some options. And I think the audio library should be built in within the studio, within YouTube Studio. At least it should be somewhere in there. Yeah, creator music. I haven't signed up for this thing at all, though. As you can see. I haven't signed up at all for it. But yeah, there's a creator music section. So yeah, definitely check this out, guys. You have a lot of options, so you shouldn't be getting dinged on copyrights. Yeah, use all those sources that I just talked about. Those should be very helpful to y'all. So hopefully that'll help. Hopefully that'll help. Yeah, I definitely agree with that notion there, DocDam. A lot of it does sound the same. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let me see here. Okay, cool. All right, let's I'll answer another question here in the chat. Frito sent a question in the forum. We're gonna try to hit that up. No problem, bro. We're gonna take a look at it. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the forum. Why not? I know a lot of you guys have been filling that out, so let's go and take a look. See what we got in there. All right, we're gonna clear this bad boy. And let's go to the forum. Let me exit out some of this stuff. Wow, 16 submissions for questions. Holy moly. Let's see if we can crank through these a little bit. D-World X put another question here saying, can you show us some decent low budget green screen methods? Now that Snap Camera is gone, I really don't have anything super viable right now. I could tell you that you could just use, like, if you're doing videos, you can use editors like CapCut to cut yourself out of your clips, like, and do a green screen without having a green screen for your videos. But for streaming, I need to kind of do some research on this one, because now that Snap Camera was that thing, that was it. That was what we had, and now they shut it down. It's gone. I haven't been on their website in some time, but let's see what it says. I'm pretty sure it just says, bye-bye, we don't care anymore. We're done. Yeah, it says Snap Camera is no longer available. You can continue using lenses on your computer with Snapchat for web. Yeah, yeah, you could probably try that, but Snap Camera's done, guys. I just don't understand why they just wouldn't just keep it and just, like, how expensive really is it to just keep running this on your servers? I mean, I don't know. We're not working with them, of course. Maybe they see something that we don't. But, like, people were using this. You don't have to keep updating it to keep it around. But they're like, yeah, just move it to trash and just use the web, Snapchat for the web now. But that's gonna, there's gonna be delay using that for your, like, streams. I don't think that's very viable. That's unfortunate, man. That is very unfortunate, you know. There are some workarounds that some people have been making videos on, but, like, they're not necessarily the best. They're a pain, to put it simply. They're not fun to use. It's not as simple as just having an app and you have your green screen and woo, we're good. So unfortunately, it's yeah, not fun, man. I'm talking about the forum pinned in the chat. I have a forum pinned in the chat, and then it's also in the description. There's a link there. It's a Google form, and you can put in your question and your name if you like. So yeah, sorry about that one, D-World. There's just nothing nothing great out there right now for a green screen replacement that's not Snap Camera, since it doesn't exist anymore, sadly. Sucks. But as soon as I find something new, I'll let you guys know, like 100%. And it has to be good. It has to be easy and good, not a pain and good. Because like if you need to get up and streaming right away, you need something that is simple to set up. So yeah, all good. This person asks, how do you connect a keyboard and mouse to a monitor without a PC? Well, you need the PC as the primary peripheral, or not the peripheral, the keyboard is the peripheral, and the computer is what you need to understand the inputs of the keyboard and the mouse. So I don't see how you'd be able to do that. You have to use the onboard controls that come with the monitor to get the use out of it. And like maybe I don't know if you're like connecting something else to it, like a PlayStation or Xbox or something, but you need some sort of device that can read a keyboard and a mouse, and a computer or a PS5 or something. Not even PS5, depending on the game, you can use the mouse, but yeah, most monitors, at least from the ones have experience with, they need a computer of some sort to read to read the mouse and the keyboard. So that'd be cool. I mean, I just don't see what use you get out of that if you don't have something, like you have something on the monitor. I don't know why you wouldn't. So they are anonymous. They did not put their name, so we will never know. But that is my answer to that question. Let's move on. Next, this one comes from Chat is roasting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Chroma key OBS. Well, yeah, you could do that too. You could do that too. I think as a plugin. Yeah, like if you're using, I was thinking something more general, not plugins, but yeah. Let's take a look. Hold on a sec. Look, I mean, here's the thing. Chroma key is just the filter you're applying to it. There might be some more effects you can use, like what's the OBS? What are the FX, OBS, FX? I think it's just called FX. No, that's more than FX. Stream effects, yeah, stream effects. Stream effects might have something where you can do that. I haven't used that plugin for a minute. Let's see. Stream effects, green screen. Maybe it has it. Yeah, green screens aren't too much, but you need you can get like a green screen for like $20, $25. Like you can just kind of place it behind you. It won't be the most stable thing in the world. It'll work. And then you can use the chroma key filter, but you have to have the green screen. If you don't have the green screen, you're not going to get a nice cutout. It's going to be completely messed up. Yeah, like, yeah. So, yeah, just to circle back to that guy's question about the green screen, like, I think that's probably your best way to go. Get a green screen that's, like, really cheap. There's some ones that can kind of just stick behind you. Yeah, something like this. Let me show you real quick. Something like this here. Like, you can kind of either hang these or tie them, place them on the back of your chair so that you have a nice clean cutout. You can also use something like this where it can pull down. This is not a bad price. This is a good deal right now. So if you want to hop on this, you can. Spend a few bucks on a green screen, then just use the chroma key filter in OBS, and you'll have your green screen cutout. But that's not free. There's no like free nice options right now. That's the problem, and that's what I'm trying to kind of do some more investigations on, is to have a nice free green screen option. So like I said, I'll keep you guys in a loop if I find anything really viable and easy to use. Five Below. Do they sell green screens for real? Holy moly. Goodness. Goodness. That's good, Dasher. I see you in the chat. Thank you for popping through. All right, let me read this other question that we're taking a look at here. This one's from B and F. They ask, I have a new gaming PC. It's very fast, but it seems like it's so fast for OBS. I still lag even at low settings. I need the best. So what kind of PC do you have here? I could kind of throw some assumptions out there for saying it's a good, like a gaming PC. So I'd assume you have some sort of dedicated graphics card and a good CPU, all that good stuff. You can try the settings that I run with on my streams all the time. Hold on, I will show you what I have. Let me switch. All right, this is what I run with. I'm gonna not accidentally press the exit button here. Let's go to my output, and here are my stream settings. So this is what I use. The big thing here is using the hardware encoder. So it should come up for you, whatever graphics card you have. It might say NVIDIA, it might say AMD, or if you're on Mac, it'll say hardware encoder. You're not on Mac, obviously. In this case, you have a gaming PC. But yeah, you want to switch this to your hardware encoder, and then from there, you're good to, at least for a bit rate, keep it at CBR. That's always good and solid to use. Target bit rate, I like keeping mine somewhere between either 4,500 to 6,000 for streaming. If you're recording, you can keep pushing this even higher until you experience lag, or put it lower until you stop you're not getting lag anymore. So that way you kind of have that perfect middle ground for where you want to record. But I think a good rule of thumb is anywhere between 4,500 to 6,000 for, at least for streaming. And then if you have the beast graphics card for recording, I've been able to do 20,000, 30,000, even higher bit rates on my AMD computer. So it's been fine. I haven't had too many hiccups. I am dealing with a little issue right now with OBS not being able to, it records fine, but then when I throw it in editing software, it's like it glitches out my Final Cut Pro. I think it has to do with just some sort of update on the OBS side. I'm looking to downgrade back to OBS 28 because things were running fine. So that's not necessarily a hardware problem. Software problems can come into play here. So that's something else to think about. If you make adjustments in your settings and you're still experiencing problems, you can always try downloading older versions of OBS. If these kind of settings that you see here don't necessarily work. Because on OBS's website, if you go here, put the big display back up, you see you have your, you can download for whichever operating system, of course. And where do they hide their older? Because I know they have their past versions, because people, especially streamers, they run into issues all the time. So yeah, right here, see where it says previous releases? You can go here and you can download the previous versions off of their GitHub site in case you're having issues. Most of the time, updates are supposed to fix issues, but sometimes new issues can be presented in updates. It's just the way of the software life cycle. Things happen all the time. But yeah, I can go back all the way up to OBS 28 if I wanted to. We just got to keep going back for a while until you get a nice working version that you're happy with. So updating doesn't always mean your things will work. In a lot of cases, I've had a lot of headaches dealing with things from updated software. But yeah, once you find what you want, you can click on it and then just go through the steps to download what they committed to the GitHub here, if you're having issues in that department. So that should cover you from software to settings for your question there, for what you're looking for. Nice, Dasher. OBS on your Intel Core i5. Yeah, that's fine. i5 is the minimum that I'd go with. I mean, I think their minimum specs, you can go a little bit lower, what are their minimum specs? It's not as high as i5, but I say i5 because you're going to be using capture cards and that sort of thing. So you're going to want a little bit more power. So their recommendations are actually the Intel i5. I thought they would go a little bit lower. I mean, 1300X, that doesn't necessarily align with like a Ryzen 5. But yeah, this is okay. It also recommends a video card. This is integrated graphics. It'll work, but not ideal, honestly, guys. Not ideal. But it just depends on what you're doing. It depends. Like if you're using capture cards, you're gonna want more. You're gonna want more. Even a RAM like 4, like yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's okay. You can get it by. It's not great. Like 8 gigs is, I would say 8 to 16 is like the standard nowadays. So if you're working with 4, you better be doing like minimal task. But it's minimum requirements for a reason. Minimum specs here don't necessarily mean you're gonna have nice, flawless 1080p 60 recordings. That is another level. That's like, this is like, oh, I'm gonna record in 720p or something like that. Like, sure, that'll work for this minimum specs, but if you want to raise the bar up in your quality a little bit, if you want to do 4K, that's not necessarily going to align with this. So just keep that in mind, guys, whenever you're looking at computers and trying to figure out what you'll need to record and stream with. Again, I have a whole Amazon page in the description below that you guys can check out. You don't have to buy anything off that page, but it's just the guidelines for those of you guys that don't know about it already. Link below, you guys can check it out. It's just my PC's recommendations. So if you stay within these guidelines, you'll be fine with really anything, even the default settings that OBS will present to you. You'll be good for recording and streaming with capture cards and adding face cam on top, all that good stuff. So you'll be okay. I'd say if you can spend like $500 or more for a computer and you're not getting a ripoff, you'll be fine. Like for real. So yeah, so I hope that helps answer your questions there, guys. Let's see, what other question do we have here in this forum? And then we'll go back to the chat here and pull some out of there. So this one comes from Sensor Plays. He says, how do I touch grass? You're gonna have to go outside and see the sunlight and find you some grass. Take a sit in the grass. Feel it with your hands. Lay down in it completely, man. Touching grass is not something that tech and gamer people do, but it's something we have to try. We can do it, Sensor. I believe in you. Okay, next question comes from Under the Rapture. And they ask, I have a MacBook and have a H260X capture card and chat link. The chat link doesn't work and the downloads on Elgato's website doesn't have the software. Any tips? Okay, you have a MacBook. I was about to say, do you have a Chromebook? Because it's not gonna work. But all right, MacBook, yeah, you can use this. Here's the thing, all right? For H260X, I have the capture card here. Yes, I do. I do have it. This thing is not the most Mac friendly. And I covered this in my full tutorial video, not tutorial, but my full review of the capture card lineup, like best capture cards to use for your gaming setup that video that I did. And even the review of this capture card when I face it off against the H260S Plus. This device, you can't change the chat link or analog on this device on Mac. It's literally not possible, which is why I say for Mac users, stay away from this capture card. It's not worth it to have or use. Compared to, let's say you have the EVGA XR1 Pro capture card, this little beast here. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, EVGA XR1 Pro, or the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 3, which I always have hooked up to my console setup here. Those allow the analog port to automatically switch. Versus this H260X capture card, you have to have the Elgato software in order to make that switch. And it's kind of annoying, in my opinion, that Elgato hasn't decided to either, one, update their current Elgato software that does work on Mac to work with the H260X, or somehow, some way, update their 4K utility tool to also work on Mac. It only works on Windows right now. So you're not going to be able to download it for Mac. It's literally not possible. So if you go to their website for their downloads, you're saying that your product is the H260X, and you're not on Windows. You're not on Windows. See, you have the 4K utility tool there for Windows, but then you move over to Mac, and you see, where's the Elgato software? Well, I guess that missed the memo for what they were kind of advertising for people using this capture card. And it's kind of funny because it does say it works for Mac, and it's true. It does work for Mac. It definitely does. But you're only going to be able to pull your audio in over HDMI. See? Yes, it works with PC and Mac, but what if people want to use this port? There's nothing here in plain text that says, hey, this is not going to work. This should be honestly added to the limitations. They should have a limitations. There are some limitations here, Elgato. Let's not lie to everybody here. There are limitations, and that's for Mac users that want to use the ChatLink Pro cable or analog. Come on. Come on. You're lying to people here. Give me a break. And this was really frustrating to find this out when I first got this capture card on release. I was fumbling with this for a couple hours trying to figure it out, and yeah, it's not possible. I wonder if anybody brings this up in the questions, because it's a great question to ask. This is a big problem if you have a Nintendo Switch, by the way, because Nintendo Switch, you really need to pull in the audio in using the ChatLink Pro, or else you're gonna have that electrical feedback and all that mess. So for people using the Switch, this is really a necessity, to be honest. So that's a whole mess if you have a MacBook. But yeah, nobody is asking that question. Oh, there's a whole bunch more questions here, though. Oh my, wow, lots of questions. We could just have a whole setup help stream looking at these questions. My goodness. Maybe somebody asked a question, but that's pretty bad. So yeah, if you can, dude, if you really, really, really have to use the chat link, thank you, Tybolt, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. If you really have to use the chat link, I'd just recommend seeing if you can return this and getting the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 3 or the EVGA XR1 Pro capture card. Those are my top recommendations just because they work really nicely across the board, with one little caveat, and that's the support structure. AverMedia, they have a pretty good support structure. EVGA, they also have a pretty good support structure, but Elgato's support structure is one of the best for like any like stream tech problems. Like they're really responsive. They're there to help you more so than any of these other companies. So that's something to keep in mind that you guys should be aware of. But I haven't had much problems with capture card devices for the most part. So I haven't needed to leverage support from any of these, let's say, lower tiered companies that are making capture cards, because Elgato's their top dog, obviously. But their card doesn't have that automatic switch function, which I don't understand why they don't. So it kind of isn't great for Mac users. So yeah, you're gonna have to get another capture card, my friend, or just use HDMI output for your capture card, which is what I do. That's what I do. That's how all my stuff works on my stream. Like if I were to even use my AverMedia capture card, I use it via HDMI. And line in is an option here just because line in automatically switches. So if I plug line in or a ChatLink cable into my AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 3 capture card, it will automatically switch and go into my mixer here. But if I have the Elgato H260X, it's not going to automatically switch. I have to use the software to switch it. There is no choice. I have to use software. And if I'm on Mac, there is no possible way for me to do that. So that's just the case. That's just what it is. And something like this capture card, AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 3, you won't have to worry about it too much. But if you're going to stick with the H260X, I would just pull it over HDMI and listen to your audio on your computer. That's what would be my top suggestion for you under the Rapture. So thank you for submitting your question. I appreciate it. Let's check out what's going on in the chat here a little bit. I was just looking at this stuff so much. I'm on both Casino. I'm on both. Like, I'm using my Mac on Windows, which is kind of wild. I can show you what it looks like with my Epoch Cam app here. Hold on. Let me switch out of this. It's kind of crazy. I love using my Mac, using Windows on Mac. Mobile cam here. Let's see if this is working today. It is working. Take a look. See, we are on a Mac. This is obviously a Mac, and yeah, this is what I have here for my setup. I'm using Windows on that Mac. Boom, pretty dope. I like it. Works well, and maybe I'll switch over to using like streaming directly on Mac when I get like my M2 MacBook that I'm highly looking at getting. So maybe we'll make a little switcheroo then on this setup. But I kind of like what I have here right now. And if we go over to my setup over here, I can press this icon over to the right. You guys can't actually see this. Let me make myself disappear for a second so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Let's remove this. Cool. Let's press this up button. I can always go back to Mac OS by right-clicking this. And see here, I can restart in Mac OS. So this is how I have Boot Camp set up, and this is how I can seamlessly switch between one operating system and the other. It's really cool. I like how I have things set up right now. But yeah, once I get that new computer set up on the M2 Mac, I'll probably I'll have like a virtual machine. I'll probably use like an application or a program called Parallels, and that'll allow me to use Windows on Mac again, because Boot Camp isn't supported on non-Intel Macs. So that's what I'm gonna do in the future, is my plan, until I have like my full gaming PC rig. And I just honestly, I just don't have the room for it. It's gonna take up so much space. I could probably put it over here, but am I gonna get that much use out of it right away? Probably not. I have my PS5 here, so I'll wait until I make like a whole gaming bedroom. Not even a bedroom, just a gaming cave, man. Like then I'll have a PC, like a full-on gaming PC, where I can kind of do a little bit more. I don't have a dream build right now, so eventually I will. I have some thoughts, but as tech keeps evolving, my dream build kind of keeps evolving. So right now, I'd be happy with like a 3080 in my like as a graphics card, and CPU. I'm kind of torn on right now. Like there's some good i9s that would be nice from Intel. I'd probably go the Intel route. Yeah, I mean there's some nice AMDs, either AMD or an Intel like really high quality chip, but yeah, whenever I begin my dream build, I will walk you guys through the whole process, as I will be doing like a monster video out of it, because that's gonna be my baby for like a long time. So that's gonna be like my everything for like gaming and streaming and I'll still have my Macs, of course, but like we're gonna have it's gonna be a cool little rig, cool little setup. So I'll let you guys know. That would be Boot Camp. That works with only Intel MacBooks. Parallels is what you can use on M1 and M2 Macs. I know it has like a fee that it comes with, so it's not free. Like Boot Camp is free because I just get the ISO file from Windows and I load it up in Boot Camp, which is loaded onto Intel chip Macs already in the operating system, and that's how I can load that up and be able to set up a drive partition, which is just a separation of the drives on my computer. So I have like 100 gigs designated to the Boot Camp side of my Mac SSD, and then the 400 gigs are just for the Mac OS side. But I can access all my Boot Camp stuff on the Mac OS side, which is cool. So, but yeah, Parallels, it can work on the M2, M1s. You've tried Parallels and no PC games worked. Maybe I got something wrong. Huh. I saw some people testing this out and that they were able to get it to work to some extent. I don't know if you have to like tweak some settings. Like, was it just laggy? Was it just a mess? Like, I'm excited to test this out whenever I do get my my M2 MacBook Pro. Yeah. I'm excited to play with this. I didn't test it whenever I had my M2 MacBook Air, which was a beast, by the way. But something to think about is that the biggest problem is that Mac OS doesn't have all of the compatibility aspects of their chip, which is super powerful, by the way. It's super powerful. They don't have it optimized. That's the word I was looking for. It's not optimized enough on the operating system side to get the most out of it. And, you know, maybe something in Parallels isn't allowing to getting that full capability out of that M2 chip. So that could be, you know, part of the struggle here, unfortunately. Yeah. Simple Google search will fix this problem. From what I understand, Parallels is the thing that people were using for M2, M1 chips, anything silicon. Yeah, I mean, they literally advertise it for M Series Max on their website. Check it out. This is Parallels right here. So Parallels Desktop 18 for Mac, run desktop apps on your Intel or Apple M Series. I don't think you really need to use something like this for Intel because you have Boot Camp. It's free. You don't need to pay. But when you're leveraging the M Series chips, you can't use Boot Camp. So Parallels is one of the biggest ones you could use to get it to work if you want to run Windows on your Mac. But I know it is not free. What is the... Okay. But is it a one-time use or a one-time buy? I hope. $30 days. That's nice. Please don't tell me this is yearly, right? I don't think so, right? Not regular PC games. Okay. Yeah. I saw a video of somebody testing the PC games and they seem to work. I have to look a little bit more into it. I have to test this a little bit more hands-on. It's supposed to work, but you know, maybe there's some limitations here. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 4 CPU. Yeah, I mean, this is a VM. This is a virtual machine, guys. This is what's running here for this thing. Is it a one-time buy? This is $50 a year for Parallels. So this is a year. This one's $120 a year. What is this? Is it just a one-time buy? Maybe it's a one-time buy. I hope. Oh wait, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing on the screen. What the heck? My bad. Yeah, this is the page I was on. Sorry about that. What the heck? I wasn't looking at my screen. So what I was looking at earlier was Parallels here. Desktop for Mac. It works on M series chips right here. And then what I went to buy now, just see how much it cost. And it says $100 or $120 a year. So I'm just wondering if this is a one-time purchase or not. Maybe. It looks like it. Because these guys are using a lot more power in their virtual machine. So probably there's a lot more stuff you can do here. So yeah, that's cool. I'll test this out when I'm, you know, fully wrapped into the M2 MacBook world. We will try this all out. I'm excited to do so. Is Share Factory good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Only thing I think Share Factory on PlayStation 5 is missing is an undo button. In case you like make a mistake, you want to go back. I think they need to add in an undo button. But other than that, it's good. Especially if you don't have an editor. It's great. You can publish right to YouTube after making a video, which is cool. I like it. Thank you for your question. Let's see. I'll take another question out of the chat here. What do we got? I'm going back up here. There's a lot of questions here, so if you guys want to make sure you have a higher chance of getting your question answered, put it in the forum. But I'll pick another one from here. What's a good one? That is awesome, Dasher, by the way. Good stuff, dude. 44-inch desk. That's a good size. I like having a big desk. A lot of space. Like, my family was telling me I was crazy for getting the 55-inch long desk. Like, that's so long. Well, I need a lot of space on my desk. I have 2 monitors, laptop, and other stuff on my desk. Like, this is perfect. This is a great size. So yeah, that's awesome. Love to hear it. Hopefully I helped answer your question there for what's Parallels. That's Parallels. Good virtual machine for running Windows on your Mac if you have a M2, M1 chip, especially. Let's see. I'm not too familiar with 5700. Is that the... Let me look up the details on this one real quick. Yeah, it's the AMD, isn't it? Yep, it is. It is. Yep, the Ryzen 7. This is the specific CPU model, though. So you're trying to compare a CPU? Okay, both of those together. I'd say that's pretty solid. Ryzen 7 and a 3060, bro. That's gonna be cooking. That's cooking, bro. No, like no matter the specific model. I just wanted to. Yeah, I see what model it is now. But yeah. Dude, you'll be fine. What did you miss? What do you mean, Zay? I don't know. What did you miss? Not too much. The stream will stay live after it's over, so no worries. Plus, make sure you guys stay till the end. We're still going to unbox the new headset that I have to show you. So we're going to be checking that out in a bit. Let's see. Desi has a question here. I think you put it in a couple times. How do I use my Logitech Pro wireless for my PS5 game streaming on PC? Please help. Logitech Pro wireless. Let me just take a look at exactly what this is, so I can help answer your question a little bit better. Is it a mouse? Looks like a mouse. That looks like a mouse. Yep. Wireless gaming mouse. Have I been able to use a wireless gaming mouse on my PS5 before? Let's ask here. Connect the keyboard and mouse. So if you have the adapter, I'm pretty sure this should work. This is a good question because I haven't tried putting a wireless mouse. I have tried like a wired mouse. It seems to me like this is very possible. Like, have you tried doing like the Bluetooth accessories option route? So it may only work over Bluetooth and not just like a wireless transmitter. Because you're probably just plugging it. Like I have one of these mouse where you have the little mini USB transmitter where you plug it into a computer and it just works. But PS5, it's a different interface, so it may not be treating it the same unless it's using the Bluetooth technology that it requires. So that could be the issue here. I'm just kind of going through my thought process on how I would treat this one. Let's see. Doing a little bit more. Yeah, I would try to just plug it in directly. I would try plugging it directly. I don't see why, you know, it wouldn't possibly work. Yeah, just off the little bit of research I've done here, from what I've seen, it should be able to work. If you, plug it in the front, I would say. You know what? Why don't we just test it live? I can just unplug my mouse and see if this thing works. And we can try a game that supports USB. Or no, the mouse, the mice, the mouse, the mouse, the mouse, the mice. The mice, the mouse, the mouse, the mice. Is our gameplay here? No, it is not here. Hold on a sec. Now it is there. Okay, let's unplug this. Let's see if we get anything on our... Ow, I think it hurt. Let's see if anything happens. Trying it for myself here. So yeah, I just plugged it in. I got a little notification up there. And let's try to see if we can go to a game. What game supports... Probably COD. COD should support it, right? Yeah, let's just jump in the COD. Let's see if it works. I'm pretty sure it should, dude. I'm pretty sure it should. Yeah, I'm giving it a go here. I don't think anything gonna come from this, but yeah, I would plug it directly in, man. And if it's a keyboard, you're probably gonna have to put on the pairing of that keyboard if it's wireless. Yeah, see, it's working. It's working. It worked. Okay, I thought I was going crazy here for a sec, but oh, that's not the right thing. Here. Oh, it's playing them games with me. I'm gonna refresh this thing again. 120, man. When you gotta pass these things. Activate. Yeah, see? See my mouse? It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. So it should work. It should work. Person that asked the question in here. That was... Under. Oh no, that was they on my main screen here. Sorry, lost your name. Yeah, Desi. Yeah, that should work. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Like, you should just be able to plug it directly in and you shouldn't have a problem. And as long as the game supports a mouse, you should be fine. So yeah. All right, I'm taking that out. I'm gonna plug it back into my computer. Okay. Rocking and rolling again. We're running smooth. No, you did not miss the stream, Zay. You good. You good. Let's answer your question. How about it? I have a question. What is the best USB mic for Xbox? Bro, unfortunately, USB mics do not work on Xbox. Not that I've seen. I've had my Xbox for damn near... what, 3 years. USB mics don't work, so you're gonna have to get a nice headset if you're just gonna directly be using your Xbox setup with this. Unfortunately, a lot of the mics on headsets don't even sound all that great, but you can look like, I think the best ones would probably be on the Astro A50, A40s, or the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro. I have a whole list of one. Well, if you want some good recommendations for just USB mics in general, I have the whole list in my Amazon shop, and the link in the description below. So if you click on that and then click on the mics I recommend option, this is what you're gonna see in there. And I have a whole bunch of mics here. So like the Elgato Wave 3 is probably my favorite USB microphone of all time right now. The Snowball is really good. Blue Yeti is pretty good, a bit on the older side. And then, I mean, you also have the Logitech and Beacon mics here that are really good. A little bit more expensive, but they're really solid mics. So you can't go wrong with anything from Blue, honestly. Really good. And the Elgato Wave 3 is really, really good. It's a bit expensive though. 150 bucks, but that's the mic I'm using right here. So yeah, but as for using them on a Xbox, they're not even functional, unfortunately, unless you have like a really janky, weird setup, and then you might be able to get to work with a bunch of wires and splitters. I've seen it work in that scenario, but it's a big headache, and there's like you're gaming with all these cables, and bro, it's 2023. Stop gaming with a bunch of cables on you, man. Please. God. But I mean, you can make the choice for yourself if you want to go through a setup like that. Because I was considering doing a video a while ago for showing how you can use a USB mic with your Xbox, but it's a huge pain. I'm like, bro, like it's 2023. This is crazy. Like Xbox just needs to update their software, or maybe their hardware at this point, to be able to use USB mics. I just think that's insane. So yeah, but those are my recommendations. Definitely go check those out, bro. Your wife uses a Logitech dongle on a PS5 for mouse and keyboard on FF14. What game is that? Shoot, I don't know what game that is. And they've had 14 of those games. I don't know what it is. Oh gosh, maybe I don't recognize the acronym. But yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, as long as it works, plug it in, play. It should work. Any of these peripherals on PS5, they should work. Like I've had a keyboard work fine on it, and it can work over Bluetooth. As long as the same Bluetooth tech is supported, it should be fine. And the mouse should be good too. Like I didn't even test the wireless mouse before on this until just now, and it's fine. So it's pretty plug and play. Those ones are pretty good. Final Fantasy, goodness gracious! If Tundux was still in the chat, I think he would slap me. He would slap me silly, not knowing that. Oh goodness, thank you, Doc Dan. Goodness gracious. Do you think an Intel Core i7 and 3070 Ti would be good together? I would say so. Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice. I think those are relatively balanced. I think those are good. You can't go wrong with that. If you invest in that, that should do you good. Maybe up for like 5 years. You should be fine. I know that's not a super long time, but you should be good for quite a long time with that setup. Don't laugh at me, bro. Don't laugh at me. I'm a silly goose sometimes. I'm a silly goose. Okay, this is a good question, and then we'll circle back to the forum questions that I know you guys have been putting in there, so we'll answer some of those. I use PS5 and OBS to stream and use ChatLink Pro for teammates. Cool. My team hears an echo when we play. How do I get rid of the echo? I'm imagining they're hearing the echo of you talking, probably into like a microphone of some sort, I'm sure, through the PlayStation, through the ChatLink Pro. This is a bug on the PS5, Sin. It's something I've experienced quite a few times through other people I've played with. And the only fix that I've seen is when someone changes the microphone. Like when you, the person that's echoing, puts in a new microphone. And then you'll realize all of a sudden that the echo is gone. It's crazy. I don't know why there's an issue on PlayStation's end with this one, but that's been the fix. I don't get it. I don't get it. Even my friend, he was using PlayStation approved, but PlayStation issued headphones, and they were still echoing. Like it's wild. And then when he switched to a different microphone, the echoing was gone. It's the strangest thing, but yeah, it's a bug, man. So maybe you could use like a different headset if you have one. You could try to switch it out. Maybe restarting your entire PS5 setup, like doing a complete shutdown and trying to turn it back on. Sometimes the echo goes away, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of it's iffy. Kind of an annoying issue though. I hope PS5 can get rid of this bug soon. But I haven't found any other way to get rid of it besides changing the headset or the microphone. What I usually use is just a USB mic plugged into my PlayStation 5, and that hasn't given me any issues. Maybe it's a little bit kinder to USB mics versus headphones, because I've pretty much only have experienced it with people who are using like a 3.5 millimeter headset or headphones plugged into ChatLink or just plugged directly into the controller even, that have that issue. So it's kind of wild. But hopefully that helps answer your question there a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the forum here. I know we have a few questions in here that we want to get answered. Ooh, Doc Damn, bro, you've been coming in with the questions tonight. I respect it. Best 1440p monitor around $300. I mean, I don't like 100% recommend the monitor that I have, but I think it's really, really good for being a 1440p monitor. It does only like do 120 at 1080p, but it does do up to 1440p at 60 hertz. So it's still considered a 1440p monitor. What monitor is that, by the way? It is the Kuri 1440p monitor, which I should have also in my little shop playlist, or maybe I got mad and like catapulted it off my list. So I'll show you what it looks like over here. Because it's a good monitor. It's nice. I haven't had any issues with it. No lines or streaks going through it. I think it's a 20. Well, whatever. We'll just put it in 1440p. It's a good price. Under $200, and it is truly 1440p. It's truly 1440p. It looks so nice. I promise you, it looks really, really nice. It's just not 1440p at 144 hertz. Now it says this because you can most likely get that unlocked through the display port, but the display port won't work with PS5. You could sync that up with your PC. If you want to unlock that full capability, then right on. You're going to spend less than $200 for a really nice monitor to get you 1440p at 144 hertz, which would be lit. But if you're on PS5, you can do 1440p at 60 hertz, and that'll be really solid for you. Yeah, okay, for your PC, yeah, you should be able to get this unlocked using the display port. So I'd recommend this. It's really good. I have a variation of this monitor, one of the older ones, but it's really good. It's really good. Like, I can't recommend it more. You know, it's nice. I just wish I could get 1440p, 144 or 120 on my PS5. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Dasher, what's up with your OBS 29, bro? Oh man, your OBS 29, rip. Yeah, I check that out, Doc Dam. I also have a whole catalog of monitors I recommend here that are, you know, pretty solid. I have the Curve Kuri in here for 180. I also want to put this one in here because it's not a bad monitor. I know I was kind of like, you know, crapping on it earlier, but it's still good. Like my 4K monitor that I have, I think from, is it Philips? Do they make? What monitor? Well, it's in the other room. But I had a 4K monitor that I bought like a couple years ago, but it sometimes has a black flickering line that goes through it. Like it's a very sporadic, but it happens. Oh, I have to log in. Okay, I'll handle this later. But yeah, I have a list of monitors here you can check out if you want. Some of these are extremely expensive, but you don't have to get these. Some of them are a little cheaper. So I recommend Kuri. I think they're good. BenQ also has some nice monitors. They should have one that is a little bit more affordable on the 1440p side. Yeah, this one for $300. So this is another one I'd take a look at. It's literally right at your price limit. Let's not talk about that 3K monitor, Creighton. It's a lot. I don't think spending that much is worth it, but I think anything between like $200 to $500, you'll be fine. Unless you really want to go for like 4K 120, then that's why I put those other monitors up there. But this monitor, anything from BenQ, I've kind of found that they're pretty solid. They're pretty good. So you can check out this as well, Doc Dam. Good suggestions, I think, that you can look at. Or is that 3K monitor that we saw? That's nuts, man. Yeah, this one here, that's crazy. Woo! I mean, that's a whole freaking gaming monster monitor, man. 55-inch curved gaming screen, dude. That's like next level, man. If I were to get my next monitor, it's definitely gonna be like 4K 144 hertz or higher. Like it's gonna be legit 4K 120 or higher, like HDMI 2.1, all that good stuff. Yeah, there's so many options out there though, but you guys don't have to break the bank on these things, man. It's not always necessary. Yeah, Samsung also makes great monitors. They make them good monitors, them really good monitors. Yeah, goodness. Let me see what other question we have here we can answer. I might be able to answer this one from Frito. I think Frito's been wanting to get his question answered for a minute here. He says, I've watched a lot of your videos and many others can't seem to find any answers on the internet yet. Okay. I can't seem to get good video quality stream using Streamlabs OBS out to YouTube. I want to stream at 1080p 60 FPS. I have 1 gigabit network at my house, 900 megabit download. Woo, goodness, man. 600 upload. Wow. Yeah. Internet's not a problem here. You don't really need more than 10 as long as not a lot of people are on your network, you're fine. That's great. PC specs, Ryzen 7 5700X. That's someone else just mentioned in the chat here. GPU is AMD Radeon RX 7 6750 XT, 32 gigabyte of RAM. Just very well stacked PC. I just can't seem to get it to look crispy. Great question, dude. I think a lot of people have this concern of wanting to get better, crispier footage. So I will walk you through with what I have in my settings. You have a stacked build. There is no question about it. You've invested into your setup and you want your footage looking right, and you deserve to have your footage looking right. There's no question about it. So I'm going to go here to my little OBS setup here, and we're going to get your streams looking crispy. Now, I don't want to give you like a full answer on the 60 FPS part, because look at this mess down here for me. I have it supposed to be at 60 FPS for my stream, and it's not even pushing that for some strange reason. It's like, even if it's at 59.94 for your FPS, it should be pushing that as a stream to YouTube or Twitch, but I don't know why YouTube's not ingesting it as 60 FPS. So what the heck? I don't know what's up with that. I'm still figuring that out for myself. There's no answers on the internet for that, but I will give you an answer for making your streams look crispy at least and nice. First off, you're going to want to change your encoder to the hardware encoder. So whatever your graphics card is, it's the AMD Radeon here, you're going to want to switch it to that. Switch it to that graphics card for your encoder. That's extremely important. Then from there, I think quality preset, you can keep it at balance, but you can also put it to quality. I just like balance. I think it's fine. It works pretty good. Rate control, I would keep at CBR, stands for constant bit rate. That's always I think pretty good, type of bit rate to keep it at. And then you have your target bit rate, and this is where you can really make your quality look really nice. So you have the graphics card that does a really stunning job, but if you want your quality to look even better, you can keep increasing the bit rate. So like, where are you streaming to? Are you streaming to Twitch or something? Because Twitch has certain like thresholds that you can't like go over for your streams. So something to keep in mind. Sometimes you can't go over like 6,000, 7,000, whatever. But if you're on YouTube, I could crank this up even higher, like to 10,000, 15,000 if I wanted to, and that would make it look even better. So just increase your bit rate. Continue to just keep upping it up. Just push it up, push it up, push it up. Go, 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 go until you start experiencing laggy issues. And with a 3070, man, as long as you're not gaming on top of it, at this, not a 3070, but a 6750 XT from AMD, bro, you're gonna still be fine. You'll be all right. You can still push your bitrate even higher. Like, yeah, exactly what Creighton is saying there. 5,000 to 8,000 for YouTube streams, that's fine, but you can go even higher for YouTube streams. Like, up to like 20,000, 30,000 if you want. And you'll have a really, really nice looking stream. That's the key to the quality of your streams and your gameplay footage when you're pushing out your streams to the internet. So you keep that in mind. It's super, super important. And then there's also, not in this view, but sometimes I've seen a view where you can just, I guess it's just a quality preset. So like I said, quality, you can set that the quality for your preset, and then you'll be good. You'll be good in that scenario. So bitrate, man, is the key. That is the key to high quality footage for your streams and gameplay. Footage, your recordings, everything. It all comes down to that. So if you weren't on that graphics card already, then that probably explains a lot if you're on X264, because the CPU, it does fine, but unless you're using a slow encoding preset for your CPU, you're not gonna have really crispy footage off of that. So yeah, hopefully that helps, Frito. Thank you for submitting your question. And this applies to Streamlabs desktop too. It applies the same. Because I know you said you're using Streamlabs desktop. That's totally fine. Same principles apply. So hopefully that helps you out. If you have additional questions, let me know, dude. You say, yeah, Osea, I thought it was a Streamlabs is OBS issue. I was getting ready to switch to OBS. No, you can still get crispy footage out of Streamlabs desktop. Like, it's not bad at all. So yeah, you'll be okay using that. You'll be totally all right. I still use Streamlabs desktop for a lot of my recordings for YouTube, and it comes out crispy, but the key is the bitrate. The key is the bitrate and using your graphics card for encoding, not your CPU, not X264 CPU. It needs to be your AMD graphics card. You need to set that and then put the bitrate high, and you're gold. You are gold, brother. You are gold. But yeah, happy to help you. Yeah, sure. You can copy the settings. I think my settings honestly are a little low. You could probably do yours even higher with the build you have. So yeah, feel free to go higher than 5,500 for bitrate, man. Especially for recordings, dude. Go for 20 to 30K or more for your recordings. Like, why the heck not? Try it out. It'll be really nice looking footage. And if it's lagging, reduce the bitrate, because I don't think it's going to lag on that graphics card, but you never know if you set it way too high. Oh yeah, I mean, with his internet, dude, he should be a-okay. Like, I know wired is definitely the way to go. I'm a big advocate for using wired Ethernet connection directly to your router whenever you're streaming. But I've ran some streams off of some good Verizon Wi-Fi where it was totally fine off of not having Ethernet directly plugged into my computer. It's kind of crazy, but it worked. It worked well. So yeah, either or, man. Like, your internet's so good, dude, Frito. Your internet's so good to where it may not make it, might not matter too much. But yeah, wired is always the best way to go, especially those of you guys that don't have great internet. Do wired, please. Okay, we got a question here from someone anonymous. They ask, hey dude, how do you set up multiple cameras in a stream? Similar to what Kai Sennett did in his subathon. I don't think I watched his subathon, but if he's got multiple, there's a couple ways you could do multiple camera setups. Like, you can have, I haven't actually set up like individual cameras like over Wi-Fi to be connected to OBS. It's definitely possible. I haven't done that myself. You can also use like mobile phones to set up multiple camera angles, like using apps like Epoch Cam or Video Ninja works pretty well. Video Ninja is just an online based tool for setting up multiple camera angles. And a lot of people, they can just plug in a whole bunch of different webcams or cameras into like a big USB hub. Preferably that takes USB 3.0, and then you can set up, if you wire your stuff up right, then you can have multiple camera angles. Like, I could set up multiple camera angles. I used to have a setup with multiple camera angles in the past, but I kind of it wasn't exactly what I was going for, so I just took it down. But I could have another camera angle, just like with my phone here, using the mobile camera. That's technically another camera angle that I could pull in if I wanted to. Some people have like an auto, like where they plug in their cameras. They have like, I have to honestly look in this a little bit deeper for this particular scenario, but there is a way to where you can have your cameras automatically switch to different angles without you having to press a button, which is really, really cool. What's good, Ayatina? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And I haven't worked with that hands-on. I know it is possible. I've seen streamers do it. But that's a great question. I'm gonna write that one down so I can do a little bit more research on this one. But I know that there is ways to have multiple camera angle switch. Oh, there are tools that can do this though. I'm just doing a little bit of research here. Like if kind of like just taking myself through my thought process. I guess. Whoops. What is the? Whoops. What is? Wait, is it a yellow box? Yeah, I don't even own a device like this. It always helps to have somebody behind the scenes too to switch this stuff. Yo, thank you for coming through, Dasher. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah, so a yellow box is one tool you could use to switch, but I want something that would automatically switch. I'd have to learn how to I'd have to buy this thing and test it and use it and see how you could switch automatically with it. See, because you can have multiple angles, but like the auto switching, you know, I'm sure there's a way to do that. Switch up to 5 video sources simultaneously. See, that's nice. And you could probably feed that into OBS and then it'll switch like that. I haven't used something like this though. Like what's other pieces of tech you could use here? Let me go to the images real quick. Let's see. Just as like a quick. Yeah, yellow box is, you know, one way to do it outside of just using your phone and using stuff like Epoch Cam and Video Ninja. There's better, more professional ways to do it. I would definitely take a look at yellow box though. That seems to be an option. We could also ask ChatGPT this question. This one, you know, I need to do a bit more, a little searchy on. But this is a good question. Oh shoot, I'm not showing my screen. What the heck? I'm always not doing this. Yellow box. Sorry guys, my bad. Yeah, the yellow box portable live stream. Yeah, this thing, you can add multiple angles to it and feed it to wherever you want it to go, it seems. As long as there's an output. That's HDMI in, HDMI in. And I guess that USB is either power. Yeah, I don't know if this could take you to OBS though. That's what I wonder. Like if it's good, it should. Something like this though, it would be where you could have it set up to automatically switch. But there might be some programs that you could use that maybe go into OBS. Yeah, exactly. I know it's possible. I haven't done a lot of research on this one though. I'm gonna write this one down. I want to actually figure this one out just so I can help you guys with it, and I may need to work with it like hands-on. So we're gonna put it on the notebook as a question to take back. Great question, man. Great question. That might even be good for a YouTube video. Because I haven't done it, but it's cool. USB hubs. Yeah, I can help you with that one. Yeah, I would recommend. I have one here. I have like a list of USB hubs. I'll show you the ones that I use, and I've been happy with them. They've been really solid. Let me show you. I want to give you the right name because I can't see the logo here. I'm not gonna mess with it just to tell you what it is, because I might disconnect something. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, Moken USB-C adapters for MacBooks. I don't know if you're on MacBook. I recommend Mac this one here for a good hub for you. I really like this one. It has everything you need. Has HDMI. It has USB ports. It has SD card slot, HDMI, and then 2 USB-Cs inputs. These USB-C inputs, I don't fully trust them that much, like to pass through a high data stream, high signal. It looks more so for like transferring some files. One of these might be available for charging. I don't use it for that. I have my own charging ports here, but I really like this one. It's just really versatile. for my needs at least. Now there's others that I'm sure Amazon has, but I think the thing you guys want to keep in mind is that you're getting USB 3.0 ports. Like something like this would be a beast. I actually considered buying something like this. I didn't end up going for it because I didn't need all this. This is insane. Like I don't need all of these freaking ports. But if you needed them, hey, they're here for you. And guess what? You have USB 3.0. You're gonna be golden. And it connects via USB-C. Or at least powered by USB-C. At least powered by, yeah, you can get the data transferred. And then, yeah, the power is up here. And this is just the transfer, this connection here, which is great for MacBooks too. So that's cool. And I also have a USB hub on my desk that kind of looks like this. Mine makes a lot of noise, but they're kind of handy to have, honestly. I like it. I like these kind of things. This one's probably better than what I have right now for like a USB hub. This doesn't connect to my computer though. This is like separate in and of itself. But there's a lot of good USB hubs out here. This one looks like you can turn certain ports on and off, which is cool, I guess. Same thing with the, I don't know about this one, but yeah, this one you can turn some switches on and off. I don't think, there's not really any USB hub that you can per se go wrong with. Just make sure you get a USB 3.0 ports. Stay away from USB 2.0s. And if your USB 3.0s ports are having problems, like you're freezing or you're having issues with data transfer or anything like that, send it back and get something else. That's like, because some of these brands are hit or miss because they're so, like there's no like name brand or like really highly sought after USB ports brands, but like most of these are pretty solid. Like Atolo's a pretty good brand, and I like Moken as well. Like I like those ports. It's done fine for me thus far. So I mean, if anything changes, I'll change my stance on it. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like what I have there. But good question, bro. Good question. Doc Dim says, Midnight, you have brought me good luck. I was trying to edit earlier, but my Premiere Pro kept crashing, and I've been editing for like an hour, and it hasn't crashed. Whew. God, yeah, I like, we don't want it to crash. And I know with Premiere, I'm pretty sure you have to do the manual saves. I don't know if they have the auto saves like Final Cut Pro has. I don't think so. It's probably like a Sony Vegas sort of scenario where you have to save it yourself and press that save button, or else you lose your stuff. Which, like, when you lose your work, like, that is the biggest headache. Like, you just want to cry. You want to cry all the tears so you can cry out of your soul, because you just lost all that work you put in to your freaking edit, man. I've been there. It's not fun. Nobody wants to be there. Goodness gracious. All right, let's see another question here from the chat. Or not from the chat, from the forum. I want to see what you guys have put in here. I haven't used the Oculus Quest VR from Storm VR that asked this question. Shout out to you, Storm VR. But yeah, I haven't actually used an Oculus Quest for streaming. I've heard there's some ways that you can funnel your chat through into your headset, like into your vision while you're playing with the Oculus Quest. I don't own this headset, so I couldn't tell you straight up. But that'd be a good one to try to Google search. I'm not so certain on that one because I just don't own the headset. I don't own it. But yeah, streaming with VR headsets has always been a little bit tricky because you can't communicate with chat in real time unless you see the messages coming through into your headset. That's another one I want to take a look at. I'm going to put that on my list to research because somebody told me about that before, and I know it's not possible with PSVR 2. If it was, I would have mentioned it in the PSVR 2 video, but it's not a thing. Yeah, Oculus Quest. Okay. Yeah, I put that on the list. Good questions, guys. Yeah, solid question. Is the Xbox Series S compatible with a 75 hertz monitor? Yeah. Yeah, but you'll only be able to play up to like 60 hertz though, so you're gonna need like something for like 120 if you want to play in those high refresh rates. So you won't get all of the 75 hertz out of it playing with the Xbox, but it'll work. It'll work, Omax. Thank you for your question. Hey man, I saw your OBS. How do you make it look like that? Check out the video I posted last week on my setup. On my setup to like my building my setup. I literally show how I built the setup as well as the OBS component. So I highly recommend checking out that video. I'll show you exactly which one it was too. This one right here. Check out this video here. I go over building my setup as well as putting all the OBS components into my setup. So definitely check out this video if you're curious how I have my OBS studio set up end to end. Definitely recommend, because I show you all the sources and the overlays that I put up and everything. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a little bit of a high level, but there's so many components of my setup. I could talk about it for a long time, like for what I put in and why I put it in. But that's it. That'll at least give you like a general understanding of what I put in here, like from a Streamlabs links to a Stream Elements links, into like an overlays perspective. So definitely recommend you check out that video if you're curious on how I make my OBS look the way that I do. Is Share Factory good if you don't know how to use other editing softwares? Yeah, definitely. Share Factory is like very simplistic and easy to use, so it's a great option if you don't know how to edit very well. Definitely use Share Factory Studio on your PS5, PS4. It's a great starter editing software to get you going. Those thumbnails are cool. What's your question, Cali boy? And welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you for popping through. You have an old PlayStation 4 camera and your PS4 broke kinda, and why does my camera work sometime but the other times it doesn't? Is it my camera or PS4? Well, you might have just answered your question there. If the PS4 is kind of broken, you could have damaged a port. And if you damaged a port and you're plugging your camera into that port, then it won't work correctly. So if anything's broken, that could be the fault. And as long as the PS4 camera is operational, it should still work too. But yeah, it may not always be the case. And I see you putting, I was just on your question too. You said sometimes it freezes on your PlayStation 4 and you have the old camera. Like even if it's old, like old stuff still works. Like it's just a problem of you might have a bad port or something is damaged. A little bit longer, D-World. We're gonna unbox the headset that I have in the other room. I'm gonna go grab that in a second. Go and grab it. Go and grab it. Ayatina asks, what's a good affordable PC that I would recommend? So affordable, I'll say definitely under $1,000, like maybe $500 to $800. That's kind of expensive too. Like actually saying it out loud, it's kind of pricey. But yeah, I would go with, first off, really anything in my list here that I've put on my Amazon page, which is just a guide. But I like affordable. I would say the Gateway laptop here, right here. It's relatively affordable. It's very cheap right now, but it has pretty decent specs. It has an AMD Ryzen 5, not the greatest Ryzen 5 in the world, but it's a Ryzen 5, and it's it's a pretty solid laptop for the specs you get out of it. And this will at least allow you to stream and record in at least a pretty minimal, low quality on this computer. Not the greatest, but it'll work. Also, this HP computer is pretty solid as well, $750. But yeah, AMD Ryzen 6 core, pretty good, but on the more expensive side. Expensive side of things. Little bit higher there. So yeah. Anything in this list though that I would recommend. It just depends on your price range at the end of the day. Personally, I would try to buy anything with a graphics card in it. Dedicated graphics card, especially if you're going to be streaming. Like really, if you're going to be doing those kind of things, you need to have your head in the space of, I should probably get a gaming computer because I'm going to be doing more resource intensive things. So any of these laptops honestly are pretty good. It just depends on what you consider, super cheap and affordable. Like there's nothing like too much under $500. Like I have a couple things here. These will work, but they're not like the greatest in the world. But they'll work for like low quality, like lower quality like recordings and streams. They won't be stellar. They won't be crispy and sharp like you want them to be, preferably. But they'll do the job. They won't look unwatchable. So yeah. What's your question, Cali Boy? I seen this high definition 4K videos of Fortnite and TikTok, also in YouTube. How can I download best quality 4K Fortnite videos and also to TikTok? I still play on PS4. Interesting question. Because with YouTube, you well, not just YouTube, but downloading 4K quality videos like off of TikTok, that's not, from what I know of, it's not really a thing unless you're getting the recordings from the source. Like they probably look really sharp. It's probably really good recordings. The source of the video might be 4K, but you may need to be recording in 4K if you want to upload in like a really crispy, sharp quality, because it's going to be a downscaled resolution. Yeah, I don't know. This question is a little bit all over the place, somewhat, because they're talking about TikTok and in Fortnite and in 4K and in PS4. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of all over the place a little bit. You want to start posting sharp videos, then you're going to need to record those sharp videos. You're going to have to record those sharp videos. And 4K isn't necessarily a requirement to get, sharp 4K videos. You don't necessarily need the 4K. You can still record really sharp stuff in 1080p 30, in 1080p 60, and plus on TikTok it's going to be downscaled anyways. Like their quality looks so good because they're using like a full computer and capture card setup. Like they're using good equipment. Because like if you're just recording off of like on PS4 and you're trying to get good quality recordings off PS4, it's only going to be but so good. I'm pretty sure on PS4, unless you have a PS4 Pro, it's going to be recorded in 1080p, or not 1080p, 720p. PS4 Pro, you could do 1080p. So it's like 720p, yeah, it's going to be quite a noticeable difference compared to recording in 4K or and downscaling it to 1080p or just 1080p. So you're going to need to get a computer capture card setup if you really want sharp, crisp videos. This is kind of the way right now. You can upload to YouTube and then download it, but it's going to be a lot of the times in 720p and not 1080p. That's if you're using like a download site. I'd honestly recommend, though, just downloading your videos directly off of YouTube, though. There's a download option. If you go into YouTube Studio for any of your uploads, thank you, Raphael, for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. There is a download option. If you go to your YouTube Studio, go to your videos, and then within there, there's an option to download it as a part of your content, and it'll be whatever the source quality that you uploaded it in. Here's a good example, just to show you. Like, I just went to my page here. See how there's like a download option here? I know it's really small, but yeah, there's a download option, and that'll get you the best quality possible versus using a separate page to download, like a third-party page. So yeah, PS5, PS4 Pro will definitely get you better quality, but you're still going to be downloading it in 720p because that's what YouTube is uploading it in. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go get the headset. We're gonna unbox that thing real quick. I'm gonna show you what it is, and that should be pretty exciting. So one second. Uno minuto. Alrighty, boys. We have a nice unboxing to do here. Shout out to Audio Technica for hooking me up with this beautiful new headset. It is a wired one. Yeah, this isn't a Bluetooth one, but it does work for console gaming and for PC gaming. So that's pretty tight. That's pretty cool. Let's see what we got in here. I'm gonna open it up like this, and we'll try it on a little bit here. Jeez, this thing is it's a process here. Oh yeah, there we go. New Audio Technica headphones. Let's see the build quality of these things. Are they Bluetooth? I'm pretty sure these are not Bluetooth. I don't think so. I didn't see anywhere on the box where it said Bluetooth, so I'm pretty sure they're still just wired. Let's see. They feel pretty light. I don't know, they don't feel super high quality to me. And I can hear the outside around me pretty easily. I mean, I don't think these headphones are super expensive either. Like, they're not like the most expensive in the world. They I don't know. Build quality could be a little better in that department. They don't match my Bose. Like, my Bose headphones, they wrap around my ears really nicely, and I don't hear the outside too much. I don't know. I like the way that these feel and sound a little better. Well, I don't know what the sound's like, but I can hear too much of my surroundings with this one. Like with this, I don't even hear my computer fan. Like, whether the sound was going or not. This, I can hear my computer fan pretty obviously, so it doesn't have that noise proof and that suction around my ears. And the build just doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel super expensive or anything like that. But either way, I'll give these a test at some point and see how they sound. I could plug them into this thing a little bit. Wait. Oh yeah, they come with looks like left and right audio. There should be another cable in here just for regular auxiliary. Yeah, that looks more right. Let's see. So that plugs in there like that. And I'm gonna switch out my headset here, the Bose one, and plug this one in. Yeah. they're okay, but they don't match to my to these Bose headphones. Not even close. What are these? The Audio Technica ATA GT GD L3. I forget how much these cost. These are about $100. And where's the mic? It must be inside the headset or something. Yeah, I don't even know where the mic is. It's supposed to be in there. Yeah, they're about $130. Yeah, it's these ones here. I think the mic, I just need to attach it on. Yeah, it's here. It's in the box. So I put this thing on, and then I have a microphone for gaming and stuff. Not too bad though. Not too bad. But like I'm comparing it to like my current headset, which is, what are these, like $230 or something, and this one's like 130. But I think even for 130, these should feel a little bit more solid. I feel like I don't even think they don't feel as even solid as these Kyra, at least this Kyra headset here. I think this feels a little more solid of a headset, and it's not even $130. It's about $90 for this thing. Yeah, this feels like way more like high quality. I don't know, this just feels to me a little bit cheap for the price of $130. This feels more worth, at least from my initial impressions, like maybe $70-$80 or less. That's what it feels like. Maybe $50 I think would be a nice fair price for this. And I'm sure the mic won't impress me either if I put that on, but I don't know, it's like, all right. I don't think someone should spend that much if they're gonna get a headset like in this. I don't know, this could feel a little more solid to me. That's just my opinion though, for my initial impressions of this. So I don't know. I'm gonna stick with my Bose headset here. This has been Mr. Reliable for the longest time, and I've liked it. Yeah, I answered your question, Storm VR. You don't have to spam, dude. Please don't spam. Please don't spam. Please don't spam, dude. Please don't spam. I don't want to put you in timeout, man. Chill. But yeah, I answered your question slightly. I wasn't really sure how to answer it because I don't own an Oculus, and I've never been able to test something like that out, but I wrote it down as something I'm going to research. So just hit me up a little later, and I'll see if I can find an answer for you to help you out. I might be able to find a video on YouTube that might be able to help answer that question. So yeah, sorry about that one, brother, but yeah, please don't spam. I'm not going to miss your question. Like your comment. There's so many chats in here, all right? But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for staying to the very end of the stream. I really appreciate it. Creighton has the mod power. He wasn't modding. It's all good though. I'm kidding. Ayatina, you know what? You've been here for so long. You've come to so many streams. You can be a moderator. I have some different mod options here, but you've come to so many streams, Ayatina. Thank you for being a G. Creighton dropped the ball. So no, I want to give you mod, Ayatina. Thank you for popping through for so many streams. So congrats. Congrats. No, Steam Storm VR, you were just spamming. No, you were just spamming, bro. That's not how it works. Yeah, congrats, Ayatina. Welcome to the mod family. Appreciate it. So yeah. No, it's all good. I'm just pulling Creighton's coat. I'm literally just pulling Creighton's coat. He's cool. He's my chill guy in the chat here. Creighton's cool though. But appreciate everybody for popping through today's stream. Shout out to everybody that left the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, of course. Thank you, Ayatina, for staying to the end. D Money, Eternal Gamer, Cali Boy, Storm VR, Best Eddie Gamer. And he's also one of my dude. Best Eddie, bro, you're also always here, my man, or you're always trying to be here. You're always here throughout the streams. you also get mod as well, Best Eddie. Plus you're a good guy in my Discord, so you've been very helpful with helping people with their questions, their tech questions in my Discord. So congratulations on also getting mod. I'm hooking y'all up with the goods today. And I need to kind of probably get rid of some of the older mods, the stale mods. So congrats. We needed some fresh mods in here. We need some fresh mods. Doc Damn, also, dude, you're always here, dude. You're always here. I think, should we give Doc Damn the mod too? I think we just bestow the power on you guys today. Thank you guys for staying to the end. Like a lot of you guys were here from beginning to end. So I'm passing it out today. We're passing out some mod privileges. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support from all you dudes. Appreciate it. And those of you guys that want to become mod, please keep coming through to the streams. You know, I'll recognize you again and again. And if you're just like organic and cool in the chat, I will give out mod to you. So it's all good. Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. I will catch you guys in my next video or live stream. We will be doing a review channel stream later in the week, so stay tuned for that. Keep notifications on, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys then. Alrighty, appreciate it. Shout out to the new mod gang. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Goodbye.